Hi everyone, how's it going? See a little glimpse of Marty, in case this might be your only glimpse. He's not on Marty Cam at the moment, but my lovely assistant is here to show him off. Here for some Cloudspire. Marty's support would be appreciated, but I don't know if it's going to be forthcoming. So we're going to be starting out on a great big journey through this massive book of solo quests. And it all starts with the Brawnen trying to defeat the heirs. So Cloudspire, if you're not familiar, is a tower defense kind of game. There are all these towers strewn about with their various statistics, firing. We have our heroes that we'll control about the map. We'll have minions that do our bidding but are kind of automatically controlled. And hopefully we're going to be completing objectives and earning renown that in Cloudspire, in the solo version anyway, you can spend in future quests to buy some extras, buy some upgrades for yourself. So this is going to be a dual stream. We are both going to be playing this solo scenario together. I'm going to be led by Paul Grogan of Gaming Rules, who is currently starting or about to start his version of the stream, and then you will hear him in a couple of minutes or so. Because Paul is more experienced. I have played Cloudspire a few times. I have learned it a few times, tried to get it to click, and while I understand bits of it, I don't feel like I've ever done that well at it. But as well as getting some help from Paul, I've got the upgrade kit, which includes all of these new rule books. So if you get the game now in its second edition form, I have to say that it's just going through the rulebook a bit today in a stream on Paul's Patreon thing, where he was just refreshing it all. The rules are so much better than they were, so much clearer, and just for the fact that the main rules have got a great big walk through the solo ones. My mic volume's a bit low. Let me sort that out. Let's see. Is that better? Hello? Does that sound a bit better? Am I a bit louder? Maybe I can make myself a bit even louder than that, if you would like. I'm not quite bouncing into the yellow. What about there? Hi everyone, by the way. Hi Omar, Bill, Michael, Aaron, Andre, everyone else that's watching. Hope that you give me some guidance if you are playing, if you've played Cloudspire, if you're an aficionado yourself. Show us where we might be going wrong. Show us what we need to be doing. Hi Dimitri. Hi Gemway. Hi Alzi. We loud enough now? I think I'm bouncing into the right colour, so that's probably a better sign. There we go. Yeah, the microphone's a bit further away from me now, and this time not in camera. Somehow there's all these dueling cameras about that aren't in the way of each other. I'm just checking if I've had the signal to join in. Oh, well, you're going to learn from me. Oh no, well, it's just going to be a big chain, isn't it? But yeah, I've played it a bit. Is it loud enough now that you don't need to turn it all up? Yes, this is solo. This is scenario 1 of the solo book, and as well as the main rulebook having a walkthrough, the solo rulebook has got a walkthrough as well that assumes some of the rules of the game. But then the solo has got a walkthrough, so this is how the solo scenarios will work, how the AI will work. Gives you a bit of a walkthrough of this, and then you carry on your own. I'm hearing a ringtone. Hello? Can't hear him. I can hear you. Can everyone else hear you? Hello? Right. Audio settings. Let's... Paul? Can you guys hear Paul? Can you hear me, Paul? Paul is a bit soft. Hello, Paul. Hello, Paul. Hello? Hello? Right, I've put my headset microphone on. Can everyone hear Paul? Is he bouncing? Yes, respond if you can hear Paul. I can hear Paul. He can hear me now. There's just one missing piece of the puzzle. Can you hear him? Can't hear Paul. Let me adjust this. Oh, you're watching on Paul. Oh, you will hear him if you're watching on Paul's channel as well.
Let
Let
me
me
put
put
this.
this.
Horizon's Wrath and the Uprising. Every expansion.
You bout? Oh, I had it. Did you? You heard him and then it stopped. Well, let me.
Thanks, Jeff, for joining in. And yes,
What,
if you type something there, it should show up on the left side.
what did I click and then turn off? Okay, can you hear Paul now? Because you can hear him all right. Because the bouncing isn't happening for this input, like the level. It's just a static yellow for me. So I'm just gonna have to hope. Omar can't hear you. Some people can hear you. Some people can't. It works for a split second. Oh no! Wait a minute. What if I just have it coming through? Okay. Can yeah? Why is
I'll keep on talking.
yeah? Let's just keep chatting and wonder why. Yeah, so I can turn Paul on, but then he disappears. So he's just coming in for split seconds. It was working before. Well, I suppose it was Skype, but I don't see why a different browser should be making a difference here. Desktop audio is meant to be on, but it's not bouncing as it once was. Yeah. That should be where it's sending. Wait a minute. Let's. Okay, I think I see bouncing now. I can see constant bouncing when Paul is talking. Hopefully you can hear him. There's a little bit of a delay, but rather than a split second, hopefully you can hear him constantly now. Let me know. It worked twice for a split second. Is that an old message? Let's hope that it's working. I think it's still not in the stream. Ugh. Why can't you hear this? No, Paul. Right. Is he? Can you hear him quietly or anything, or just nothing? Can you hear him now? I can see all of his audio bouncing. I've muted myself from him, so he doesn't have to hear all of this. He's still not hearing anything.
What dice you roll, okay? In the PvP game, it is tower versus or fortress versus fortress.
What
But
about
you don't
now?
start with anything on the board,
Can you
okay?
hear
So the
anything
solo game is very different. You can see these
Well, he's
spires, and if I just
talking
put my
right
side
now.
camera on, you can see
Can
the
you hear
spires.
him?
They're already here. They've already got upgrades.
Brilliant.
That won't be the case in
I've
the
got no
PvP
idea
game.
why that isn't
PvP
working
game,
before.
both players start with absolutely nothing on the board, and you've got to explore it. Now, Tom, you're all set up at your end. You've got exactly the same thing set up, yep?
Yes, we are all
Right.
set up, and the people can hear you now.
Excellent, excellent. We're all good. So let's go through what the objective of this particular solo game is. This is Ignition. This is the Brawnen. There's a nice little bit of story that goes along with it. And basically, we have 3 objectives. We will gain 1 renown for each of these objectives that we complete, because you can take renown from one scenario to the next. It's like a little campaign system. You can spend renown to get advantages.
The same
But our 3 objectives are: all minaret spires are defeated at the end of wave 4. Okay, now, at the moment, we only have 1 minaret spire. So we've got 4 different spires on the board. We have a high-rise here, a high-rise here, a minaret here, and a regal lookout here. Now, unfortunately, this minaret is really, really well defended. But objective number 1 is at the end of wave 4, we have gotten rid of all of the minaret spires, because more of them might appear. The second objective is actually, apparently, I cannot still be heard on Tom's stream, but I'll let Tom tell me that.
I think people can hear you now.
Okay,
they're hearing too much of you. They say it's too loud, but there we go.
Too loud. Well, you can turn me down. You can just turn the slider down.
All that should be sorted now.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're just watching on a bit of a delay.
Okay, good. Second objective is to defeat all of the air spires at the end of wave 4. So obviously that's harder to do. And the third objective is actually to defeat the fortress gate. Now, the fortress gate, each faction starts with a fortress gate, which is on 10 health. And the main objective of the PvP game is to destroy your opponent's fortress. Without defeating all of the spires, the game ends and we still get a win. We've achieved one of the objective.
Yeah.
Or we could just say, I tell you what, let's just go for the minaret spire. Let's concentrate everything on that, and at least then we've ticked off that objective. Because I think all of these scenarios have a learning curve with them, and the more you play it, like once we've played the scenario 4 or 5 times, we might be like, oh yeah, we're better at it now, and we might then be able to achieve all 3 objectives. I think based on our skill level of the game, achieving one of the objectives might be
a miracle.
might be enough. Because if you are expecting to watch a masterclass in strategy, please go and watch another channel, because that's definitely not what this is. This is more along the 2 noobs learning how to play. Well, not learning how to play, but yeah, playing the game and probably not doing very well. Okay, now special things about this scenario. We actually start with one of our heroes, Cram the Mighty, which is actually the best hero that the Brawnen have on the board.
Yeah. Fair enough. It'll probably be my fault.
Game is that there are so many keywords which you will have to look up. And if you can see Cram the Mighty is armored. Okay? And when you play this game for the first time, and I know the criticisms that the game has is that when you start looking at every keyword, you have to look up. And it will slow down your games while you're learning how to play it, because there are so many keywords and you have to go and look them up. That's just part of the game. But what armored means is anytime we are attacked, the damage is reduced by 1. Okay? Now, specifically, I used when you are attacked. If you ever take damage from another way, like retaliation or anything like that, it's not reduced. So we need to be very careful of that. It's only when Cram the Mighty is attacked in combat that the armored ability kicks in. Right, you got any questions before we start, Tom?
How do we win?
Well, we said that.
Not the objective. What are all the steps?
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to start playing, and then we'll teach you as we go along all of the different things. So the game is divided into waves. This scenario is divided into 4 waves, it says here, waves 4, and each wave follows a sequence of events which is actually printed on the back of the rulebook here. So this is the entire wave sequence. If you want to show everybody the back of the rulebook, Tom, the wave sequence is here. And we basically follow this through, and we do this 4 times. Now, a lot of these phases are fairly short. The onslaught phase goes on for quite a while. That is the bulk of the game. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through, and we're going to go through each of the phases in detail. The first phase is the event phase. Now, if you're playing PvP, there is an event deck. It does recommend not playing with the event deck for your first games because they are cards which can cause massive changes to the game. I would personally not play with the event cards for your first couple of games, but you don't use them in the solo game. And in fact, in the solo game, the event phase is actually replaced by, it says here, wave 1, event phase, roll the event die. So this is what we do. Tom, do you want to roll a d6? Tell me what you get.
Let's have a look. Oh, a special d6. We've got 5.
5. So we add an ungrouped joust, upgraded, that's what the star means, to the bottom of the air deployment stack this wave. Okay, so we need to get a joust unit, flip it to the upgraded side, the promoted side with the star on it. It comes with 4 health, and that is going to go on the bottom of the stack. So we're going to put that on the deployment space of the air's fortress. Okay, right, so that's the event phase done. Then we go into the income phase. Now, in the income phase, when you're playing PvP, this is where you get one of the currencies of the game called sauce, and then you spend the sauce on doing cool stuff. In this scenario, look how much sauce we get. None, right? So neither player gets any sauce in the income phase in this scenario. Okay, so this is a very different scenario. We are going to have to get our sauce from other means. So we don't do that. What we do though is we go into the market phase. Now in the market phase, if you look down here, we have 3 chips that are drawn from the top of the market stack, and we have an earthscape. Now this is the pile of earthscapes. The top one is turned face up, and in the market phase, both players, starting with the first player, which is us for wave 1, gets to buy 1 thing from the market. However, you buy things with sauce. And how much sauce do we have, Tom?
Absolutely nout.
So we actually don't do anything in the market phase. Although the market phase happens, we don't have any sauce, so we don't do anything. That's the market phase done. Now we go into the build phase. Okay, so the build phase is next. And in the build phase, similar to the market phase, players will take turns to do various building things. However, everything you do in this phase costs sauce. And again, we don't have any sauce, so we don't actually do the build phase in the first wave of the game. What we now go into is we now go into the prep phase. Okay, now in the prep phase, the first thing we do is we declare our mark. Now this is more important for PvP because what happens is you have to declare where your minions are going to head towards this round. Now if you're playing a 1v1 game, you don't really need to do that because the opposing fortress gate is your mark and your fortress gate is their mark. But if you were playing this 3 or 4 player, you would have to designate which other player is your mark, and all of your minions for that turn will head towards their fortress. You don't have any control of them. We don't need to do that in this game because our mark is the enemy fortress and their mark is our fortress, so we don't need to do that. The next thing we do is we select units with command points. Now I mentioned that there was 2 currencies in this game. The first currency is the source, which you will use to buy upgrades and build spires. The second source is command points, which we've got 5. We spend it, it doesn't carry over. So there's no physical representation in the game of command points because we just have to spend it. Okay, so let's have a look at our units. These are all of the units in our barracks for the Brawnen. Every faction is different. And the number in the yellow fist in the top right, that is how much source it costs to buy that unit. So Tom, do you know how you want to spend the 5 source?
Well, we can't get any of these heroes out, can we? We are
We
restricted.
can't buy a hero for 2 reasons. First, even in a PvP game, you get your starting hero for free, and you cannot get another hero in wave 1. Okay, this scenario is different. This scenario, we start with Cram the Mighty, and we cannot have any other heroes for the entire game. No. So in fact, Drang and Orsh, you might as well take those chips out and put them back in the box. We can't use them in this game. But if you look at the other ones, Source Siege we can't have because it's 6. Forsaken we can't have because it's 7. We've only got 5. Now, if you're like me, you don't want to buy something for 4 because that's wasting 1.
Yeah.
Now, in this game, you want to buy. It's like in Dominion when you've got 5 gold, but the best card for you only costs 4. Part of me does not want to buy that card for 4 because then I've got 1 spare, which was wasted. But in this game, sometimes you want to just buy the best unit for you.
Yeah, sometimes you just need an ability.
Exactly. So you don't have to spend all of your command points, but anything you don't spend is lost.
So to not be wasteful, we really need a dispatch and a Battleborn is the only option.
A dispatch and a Battleborn.
5, right?
Yeah, exactly right. So all of the Brawnen units have a normal side and a promoted side. The promoted side has the star on it, and we need to make sure for the moment all of our units start the game with the non-promoted side in play. So we've bought a Battleborn, which costs 2 command points, and a dispatch, which costs 3 command points. So that's our 5 command points spent. They are the 2 units that we've bought. Right, that's the prep phase done for us. We then see what our opponent has. The opponent has 3 upgraded Harriers, and because they're in square brackets, what that means is that they are grouped together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on the board, and then we'll explain grouping in a minute because it's a really important concept. But we need 3 Harriers, all grouped together, promoted, and they have 2 health. So that's 3 purple chips with 2 health beneath them on top of the joust. Okay, right. So back to us. We have bought a Battleborn and a Dispatch. We now have to make a very important decision. And when I was first learning this game, I didn't understand the importance of this decision. And we're probably not going to understand it now. But once you've played the game a few times, you will start to learn when to group your units and when not to group your units. I think it's very situational. If we do not group our units, what happens is the Battleborn has 3 health, and the Dispatch has 3 health, and then we put them one on top of the other in an order of our choice, and we put them on our fortress gate. Okay. If we do not group them, that's what happens. And then the one on the top will move first, and basically both of the units will act completely independently. If we decide to group them, what we do is we actually put the 2 chips one on top of the other, and we only put the health for the unit on top. And both of the units will move together as one group, but only the top one is active. And then as soon as the top one dies, then the second one comes in. Okay? So there are definite reasons why you would want to group and why you wouldn't want to group. I would suggest, based on the board layout that we've got, that we do not group them to start with.
No.
Okay? So, which one do you want to put on top?
So we've got the Dispatch has got some range.
The Dispatch has got a range of 2. Yeah.
In a couple of turns, well, actually, the first tower that we get to has got quite a bit of range.
Yeah. If we have a look at the board, if we have a close look at the board, if we come in here, right, then if the Dispatch is the first unit to move and we move it too, because that's its movement is in the green space, the green circle. Okay, then we move it another 2. It is potentially in range of the high rise.
Next, like 1 base range is it, and then 1 each for each disc that it's got.
No, what I mean is we're in range of the high rise to attack it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll get in range to attack it. as we get in range to be attacked,
exactly.
won't we?
Whereas
So,
if we put the Battleborn first, what's going to happen is the Battleborn will move 2, then the dispatch cannot move 2 because the road is blocked.
Yeah.
Which means on round 2, the dispatch cannot attack the high rise because we're out of range. So
yeah, so we should put him on top.
Yeah, I think
So
put the
he isn't
dispatch on top.
Encumbered.
It's whether we want to group it with the Battleborn. Oh. No, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no for this. But as I say, it's a really, really tricky decision.
Yeah.
Right.
It's good, like, if you've got some weak units that don't really move a lot.
Exactly.
You might just want, like, a meat shield to just get them to where they need to be.
Yeah.
And then they just spring out and start doing their business.
Yeah. Now, there's a few rules about grouping units, but what you cannot do is you cannot group a slower unit with a faster unit. If you think about it thematically, the slower unit, yeah, you can't cheat the system by putting a unit with a movement of 1 underneath a unit with a movement of 3, right? You just can't do that. That's not allowed. Right, so we are done. We are deployed. No, we're not deployed. Deployment is moving from there to there. We have placed. That is the end of the prep phase. We now go into the onslaught phase. And as I mentioned earlier on, the onslaught phase, this is where most of the game happens. In the onslaught phase, both sides are going to keep taking turns until the end of the wave trigger happens, which is that there are no minions on the board. So as soon as there are no minions in play, the wave ends immediately, literally immediately, even in the middle of somebody's turn. And remember, there are minions and there are heroes. I say remember, I don't think I've said it. Both of these two things together are called units, but you have heroes and you have minions. Once all of the minions have gone, the wave ends immediately, right? There is something called campfire mode, which will explain when it happens, or if I forget, somebody in the chat will shout campfire mode, because I normally forget. But yeah, off we go then with the onslaught phase. So we take the first turn, because that's what it says in here. It says wave 1, Brawnen, we take the first turn. And the first thing that happens in the onslaught phase is, if we've got any start of turn talents, we can use them. And also, each faction has 2 limited build options per wave. Now, limited build option is a little bit like what you did in the build phase, and it costs source. So we don't have any source yet, so we'll skip past that. But this is the time when that would happen. So now we go into movement. Onslaught phase, start of turn, movement. Right, so in the movement phase, you have your minions and you have your heroes. First of all, your heroes, you have full control of them. So Tom, Cram the Mighty, we can move him or not, completely up to us. If we do move him, we can move him as much as we want. And if you look at the chip, it has a mountain icon on it. Okay, now that means Cram the Mighty has a terrain icon of mountains. And if you look at the back of the rulebook, you can see that if you have that icon, you can move along path, grasslands, forest, and mountain. So the only thing that Cram can't move through is water. Okay, he has the ability to move through all of the other ones. You cannot move onto this space right in front of him because that's occupied. That's got a landmark token on it. Whereas if you look at the dispatch and the Battleborn, they have no icons. That means they can only move on the path.
Yeah.
So that's heroes. Now, your hero, each hero can move either before or after your minions. But once you start moving your minions, you have to move all of your minions. So if you had 2 heroes, you could move 1 hero, then all of your minions, then the other hero. Or you could move both of your heroes before, but your minion movement, you cannot break that up with hero movement. Minions, you have less control of your movement. Your minions must move as far as they can towards the enemy, or towards their mark, which in this scenario is the enemy fortress. So which one do you want to move first?
So Cram's going to be a bit penned in, I think, isn't he? Unless if we move Cram, he's going to get in the way of both of the minions wherever he ends up, isn't he?
He's not.
Oh, do they move through him?
No, this is the thing. Friendly minions will block the movement of other friendly minions.
Ah, right. But they don't block the heroes.
Will not block the movement of friendly minions. These are the displacement rules. So if we moved Cram first onto the path, 2 spaces ahead, the dispatch would then move 2, and he would swap places with Cram. and then the Battleborn would come up and swap places with Cram, and Cram would actually end up back on the fortress gate.
Oh, right.
So
yeah, so he's probably better off where he is then.
I think we leave Cram where he is.
Because he can do some exploring, can't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Of that tile. So we just move the dispatch go, they're full 2.
Yeah, they go the full 2.
And then
so
the
they go along the path 2 spaces ahead.
And then the
Battleborn
gets stuck.
They can only move 1 because they get stuck. Okay. Now you have to move your full movement, and you must end up closer to your target than when you started. Right? Now that will make more sense next turn. But for now, what we've done is exactly legal, and we're going to choose not to move Cram the Mighty. Okay, so that's the end of our movement step. The next step is that enemy spires that are within range attack us. Now, we have lots of enemy spires on the board already, but none of them are within range. In fact, the nearest one is this high-rise unit here. So this high-rise unit has 2 range upgrade chips. A spire's default range is 1, so this means that this high-rise has a range of 3. And if we just count out 1, 2, 3, we are just outside of range. In fact, this one, this Regal Lookout, also has a range of 3. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're just out of range of both of those spires. So we don't get attacked. Right, next is exploration. If we are next to any of these landmark tokens, which were dealt out randomly at the start of the game on every unoccupied source well, we may look at it.
Oh, we've got to take a peek, haven't we?
Okay, so I'll look at it and I'll tell you what it is, and you can get the same chip. It is Grail Wasps.
Grail Wasps?
It's Grail Wasps. So in a PvP game, you would look at this and you would not show your opponent, okay? Because we now choose whether we want to reveal it or not. Unless it has the word foreboding. If it has the talent foreboding, you have to reveal it. But this doesn't have the talent foreboding, it has the talent relentless. I think we might as well reveal this because there's no downside to revealing it.
Yeah. Okay,
so it's got 2 health, and we put it on the board, and it's there. Now, the reason why you want to defeat this is, if you look here, it's worth 3 source. So you can see there, if we defeat it, it's worth 3 source. Now, the relentless one is an interesting one. Because what it means is, if you just have a look at the Grail Wasps, on the left-hand side you have the health, the attack value, and the movement value. Now, the movement value is irrelevant for this one, and the attack value is blank. That's because the Grail Wasps do not have a fixed attack value. Every time they attack, you keep rolling the dice, well, 1 at a time, adding up the damage until you roll a blank or a 2. So they could do 0 damage, or they could do infinite damage. So we don't want to attack them with Cram.
No.
Because if we did...
Could just be taken out in turn 1.
Yeah. However, let's have a look at Cram's attack value. We've been lucky here.
2.
Cram's attack value is 2. They have 2 health. They won't retaliate.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so this is a lucky draw for us now. But that's the exploration done. We now go into attacks. So similar to movement, you have got full control of your heroes. Okay, you do not have to attack with them if you don't want to. And if you do attack, you can attack whichever thing you want to. Your minions must attack if able. So, do you know what we're going to do in this situation?
We've got to get in there with Cram, haven't we?
Yeah, we get in there with Cram.
Yeah, because the minions have got a good chance of dying.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah. Both of our minions only deal 1 damage to the Grail Wasps, and then they would retaliate back. Whereas Cram deals 2 damage. The Grail Wasps have 2 health, so done.
Boom.
Dead. Nice and simple.
Finally, we get some sauce.
We've got some sauce. Now I'm using little chips to represent the sauce because a bit easier to do than the dial. So these don't come with the game. These are extra bits that I'm using to represent sauce. So we have 3 sauce. Okay, let's put that camera on. So that was quite good. Now the other reason why you want to use a hero to do the finishing blow is every time a hero manages to kill another unit, it levels up. Okay, so Cram the Mighty has just leveled up. Now, the way that leveling up works is, if you look at the chip, you see down here there are 2 little blue dots. That means Cram the Mighty can have 2 upgrades. If he ever gets a third upgrade, he actually promotes, but we'll come to that in a minute. So we can give him an upgrade, and we can either give him an attack upgrade or a fortification upgrade. We cannot give him a range upgrade because he doesn't have range. So you can only give a range upgrade to a hero that already had range. Yeah. So what do we want to do? Do we want to give him an attack chip or a fortification chip?
I don't know. I want to be brave and just say attack, but
I think attack.
I think he's full health, isn't he?
He's
it
full
does
health
hinge
at the
on
moment.
him, but as long as we're not reckless with him, if we give him a health, then maybe he'll take things out before they get to attack him in the future. Yeah,
I think give him an attack chip. Okay, so there you go. Cram's attack is now 3. Nice. There you go. And that is our turn over.
That's quite a good starting turn, I think.
That is quite a good start. Yeah, finding a landmark that only has 2 health when we're playing with Cram the Mighty, that's a really good start. Okay, so now we go to the Heirs' turn. The Heirs do not have any start of turn effects. So what we're going to do is we're going to start moving the Heirs units. So first of all, we have the 3 Harriers on top. They are all grouped together, and the Harriers have 4 movement. So I'm going to move them 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are on the path. They've moved as far as they can, and they've made as much progress as they can. The AI movement rules for minions are slightly different to the player's movements. I'll explain that when it gets to our turn. It is one of the most difficult concepts, and it took me about 4 games before I got it, before I understood it. And thank you very much to Mark and other people for helping me with the rules of this game over the last 2 years. But my aim today, if nothing else, is to explain to you the differences between AI minion movement and player minion movement. So the Harriers have moved to there. Then we have the Joust. Now this is an upgraded Joust. It's got 3 talents: Eager, Fury Kick and Quick Strike. I'll have to read them in a minute. But this moves 3. So this goes 1, 2, 3. So both of the units are between the 2 towers. I don't know if you've got my stream up, Tom, just to see.
You're just pointing at a Joust. There it is. There it goes. You can see it in Paul's stream. He's got the minis as well.
Yes, painted.
Painted.
Yeah. These were painted over the Christmas period 2019, I think. Yes, I basically sat there for 4 days over Christmas 2019 painting my Cloudspire miniatures. It was a great time. Right. That's the minion movement done. Now, AIs do not explore. If we had any spires, they would attack them now, and there's nothing for them to attack. So that's it. That's the end of their turn. It's now our turn.
Okay. So,
is there a Thor cam? No, I'm afraid not. My cats are downstairs, so yeah, they're not here. So it's our go. Do we have any start of turn effects? No. Now we do have 3 source. So if we really wanted to, we could do a limited build action right now. We're not going to, because it's not a good thing for us to do, but technically we could. So what do we want to do next?
So we probably want it, like, the dispatch are going to get in range, aren't they, to attack, and are going to get attacked.
Yeah. So here's the thing that I was going to explain. This is the big difference between player minion movement and AI minion movement. The rules for player minion movement is as follows. You must move, if able, all of your movement points. So the dispatch has 2 movement. We must move twice if we can. We have to end closer to our mark than we started. Okay? And they are the only 2 restrictions. So here's what we can do, Tom. We could, if we wanted to, go 1 space slightly to the side and then 1 space along the path. That is legal because we have moved 2 and we have ended closer to our mark than when we started.
Yeah.
Right? The AI cannot do that. The AI must make as much progress as possible, and that's the difference. Player minion movement, you must make some progress, but it doesn't matter how much, whereas AI movement, the AI has to make as much progress as possible. Now, I don't think we want to do that because we want to get ourselves in range of this high rise. if we survive. So I think we move 2, and we end up 2 spaces away from the high rise.
Yeah, because we don't want to just get attacked and not be able to attack.
No. We don't have a choice with the... Oh no, we do have a choice with the Battleborn. Again, the Battleborn, we could move it 2 spaces straight up, or we could wiggle to the side, because it's made progress. I don't think we want to. I think we want to go 2 spaces forward.
Yeah, because whether the dispatches survives or not, the Battleborn will be in a nice position.
Exactly.
Next time.
Exactly. Now, we have Cram the Mighty. What are you thinking to do with Cram the Mighty before I then tell you how the Elfin Kazi work?
I think maybe we should just move him towards the next landmark. Maybe he can just be scraping up upgrades and source in the background while we...
That would be great. So here's how the Elfin Kazi work. And when I played a test game this afternoon, I never came across the Elfin Kazi because I was playing against the Grove Tenders. But the Elfin Kazi are a crazy unit. First of all, they're like little flying birds, and there's 2 types. One of them has a healing potion on it, and the other one has a bomb. And the scenario basically, or because this has the Regal Lookout has the 1 Elfin ability, that means at the start of the Onslaught phase, it gets an Elfin Kazi unit on it. Now, the Elfin Kazi only has 1 health. It doesn't have any movement value on it itself, but it's on the Regal Lookout, and the Regal Lookout has 3 roost. What that basically means is any Elfin Kazi which is roosted here, when it flies off, it can move up to 3 spaces away. Now, the Elfin Kazi will only move, this is the Roost Roam, sorry, I got it wrong again, the Roost Roam ability, and if we look it up, the unit does not attack. Its movement stat is the roost value of the chip which it was on, which is 3. It will use any amount of its movement to get adjacent to an opposing hero. Otherwise, it does not move. Basically, the Elfin Kazi is here with a bomb, and as soon as Cram gets within 3 or within 4, the Elfin Kazi will take off, fly towards Cram, and then land, and then explode. So we need to be aware of that.
So that would actually happen if he moves pretty much any of these spaces towards the landmark.
Yeah. Well, if he was to move onto the path behind the Battleborn.
Oh yeah, it couldn't get adjacent there while the Battleborn's there.
But it's got flying. The Elfin Kazi has flying. So if we did that, what would happen is the Elfin Kazi would actually go 1, 2... Oh no, I don't think it can land on the same space. I think it can fly through. Flying, it can only be attacked. Other units may displace this unit. Yeah, I think if you move onto the same space as a flying unit, you displace it. But yeah, Mark, if you're in the chat, let us know in this situation, if we were to move Cram here, if you can see from the overhead, I don't think the Elfin Kazi would actually move because it can't move 3.
Yeah, it surely can't hang out on top of the Battleborn if it survives its attack.
So I think that's safe.
That would be a safe spot.
Yeah, but next turn, if the Battleborn moves away and Cram stays where he is, then the Elfin Kazi is going to come there and he's going to blow up. Now, that's not too much of a problem because it's going to happen at some point anyway, but it will basically deal 2 damage to everything, all adjacent units, fortress gates and spires that it's next to.
Yeah.
So if we can engineer it so that when the bomb blows up, it's only next to Cram and not any of our other units, then that's good.
That would be good. So
yeah,
so our things are quite nicely in the way of the Elfin Kazi. So we could move it up the path towards that landmark and see what the state of our minions are next time.
Yeah. So at the moment, we've got the dispatch 2 spaces away from the high rise. Behind it on the path, we've got the Battleborn, which is next to the landmark. And then behind that, we've got Cram the Mighty. So Cram is not next to the landmark.
No. Yeah. Unfortunately, its legs are too little.
So that's movement done. So now, enemy spires attack. And we have 2 enemy spires within range. We have the high rise, which is within range, we have the Regal Lookout within range. And in fact, both the Battleborn and the Dispatch are both in range of both of the enemy spires. Now, we can choose which of the spires goes first, but there is a priority order in what they will attack. Okay, and the priority order is shown on page 14 of the rulebook, and it looks really complicated, but it's actually not. Basically, they will always go for. This is opposing units. Let me just check on spires, because that's units attacking. Here we go, spires. Spire attack priority is on page 13. Spires will, first of all, go for a hero that it can defeat. Right, that doesn't apply. A minion that it can defeat. Then it will go for a hero that it can damage. Then it will go for a minion it can damage. So if we look at these spires, both of these spires have 1 attack die. The value of an attack die ranges from 0 to 2. Both of our minions have 3 health. So currently, there is no minion that can be defeated by one of the spires on its own. Therefore, it's up to us which one we want it to attack. Oh, all attack priorities are on the back of the book. Okay, thank you very much. That's useful.
Oh. I wonder, is it better for them to attack the Battleborn?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Because the Dispatcher's got air defense. Well, it's got range for a start, but also it's got air defense, so it could take out flyers.
Yeah, I agree. Because if one of them attacks the Dispatch, then the other one will attack the Dispatch. And therefore, we might lose the Dispatch.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we're going to do one of them. It doesn't matter which, on the Battleborn. Do you want to roll the dice?
Okie doke. Let's see. We got 2.
You rolled a 2. Okay.
2.
So that's 2 damage on the Battleborn. It's down to 1 health. Now, what that means is the other one is going to go for the same unit because it could potentially kill it. So you want to make another roll?
Here we go. It is a 1.
It's a 1, right. So the Battleborn is dead. Now, normally, if this was a PvP game, the other player would gain source because they've defeated a unit, but the AI doesn't use source. So that Battleborn just goes back into our barracks. There you go. Okay, right. But that's it. That's the enemy spires done. The downside is we now can't explore because we have nothing next to the landmark.
No.
Whether we would have wanted to explore or not, I don't know.
Oh no. Does that has that been a bad decision though? Because that's opened things up for the Elfin Kazi.
Oh yeah.
Our blocker's gone.
Oops. But maybe
Think about that.
But we're learning. We are learning from this. That's the whole point of this. We're learning. So yes, tactically, that was a bad mistake. Anyway, it's our go. We can now attack. The good news is I get to explain how attacking a spire works. So when you attack a spire, and our dispatch has a range of 2, so it can attack this spire. When you attack a spire, you remove the bottom chip from the stack of chips underneath the spire, no matter how much damage you do. Whether you do 1 damage or whether you do 10 damage, it's irrelevant. Any amount of damage removes the bottom chip from the spire. Unless that chip is a fortification chip, where the damage you deal has to be at least 2. Okay? So in this case, even though the dispatch only has 1 attack, boom, that's the range attack gone from the bottom of that spire. Okay? So it's only now got 1 attack chip and one range chip on it. So that's good. That is good. Right, that's our go done.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Right, it is now the heir's turn. Now, does the Elfin Kazi go now? I think it goes now. Should we just do it now and get it out of the way?
Yeah.
So the Elfin Kazi goes 1, 2, 3. It lands between both of our units. It blows up, and it deals 2 damage to us and to Cram. Sorry, to Cram and to the dispatch. Okay. So there you go. So the dispatch is down to 1 health.
Do we reduce his damage for his armoured?
No, because it's not an attack.
It's just to cause damage.
It's just 2 damage. Yeah. Okay. So now we have the Harrier. The Harrier goes first because it's at the front. It's nearest its mark. It moves 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's in front of the Regal Lookout.
Yep.
Then we do the Joust, which moves 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to read quickly what that talent does, because it's got Eager, Fury Kick. I know what Quick Strike does. I just need to read what Eager does. Eager. When this unit attacks a minion, displace the minion prior to dealing damage. Okay, so it attacks a minion and swaps place with it. And then when this unit attacks, it deals damage to all opposing units adjacent to it. Wow. Okay, right. But neither of them attack. So that's good. We're in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to... Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
How are we supposed... We got 3 Harriers bearing down on us.
Can we do anything with our 3 source?
So, yeah. It's our turn. With our 3 source, we can do a limited build action. Now, the only thing you can do with a limited build action is you can build or upgrade a spire. Now, the only 2 spires that we can construct at the start of this game is the drilling outpost and the dispatch platform. The drilling outpost costs 3, the dispatch platform costs 4, but the drilling outpost has the talent mining, and it says mining, you cannot build it in the onslaught phase. So actually, we cannot even build a dispatch platform right now.
Okay.
Because we need 4. Otherwise, we would definitely be building one right now.
Yeah.
We need to kill another unit. Yeah, we need to kill another unit just to get a little bit of source so that we can then buy something big. Right. Start of turn. We don't have any start of turn effects. We're not going to do a limited build. So off we go. Yeah, spires are not units.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So
we
the
we
dispatch...
do have we have choices with the dispatch.
Yeah.
We could move it to as far as it can along the road. It will then die because it's in range of like
the minarets. Yeah, it's in range of all of them. So it's probably a good idea to maybe hide behind the high rise, hope it misses, and that it can get another attack off.
I'm not sure we can. Are you thinking moving 2 spaces effectively sideways?
Yes.
We can't.
It's top to bottom of the map is supposed to be.
Because
we
have not made progress.
It's got to go closer to the...
Yeah. So
mark,
the space that it's on
yeah.
right now and this space right in front of the high rise, they are both equidistant from the mark.
Yeah.
And lateral movement is only allowed if progress cannot be made. Progress can be, so we could move to, we could end up just moving it 1 space by effectively going one backwards and then 1 forward.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Yeah, we could basically move it 1 or 2
But I
forward.
don't think it's going to help us at all.
No.
Because I think
it's still in range of
unit
everything either way, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's in range of all 3 towers, no matter where it
It's
stands.
in range of all 3 towers, wherever we leave it.
So, yeah. He can move too. He can be bold.
Yeah. We'll move it to. We'll move it to there. Now, what are we going to do with Cram?
Cram he's a bit safer now. Is he going to... I think maybe we should... If we want to build a dispatch platform, we need source, don't we?
We do, but I'm nervous about putting Cram... If he moves 1 further forward, is he within range of the Regal Lookout?
Yeah. I don't think he should go to the Harrier. Maybe go to the landmark and see if he can...
That's what I was thinking.
Take it down. Because he can just go... He can just go up from where he is. And then he's next to the landmark, but out of range of all of the scary stuff for now.
I'm just checking that I set these I set these units up correctly, because I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking, this looks quite hard.
Yeah. Well, it's rolling that joust as well. Like something bad was going to happen to us no matter what we rolled.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah. No, we got it right. Okay. So yeah, if we just move Cram 1 onto the path in front of the landmark, we are out of range of all of the towers.
Yep.
Okay. So now we do the spires attacking us. Do you want to roll?
Oh,
you've got to roll 4 blanks.
Come on, here we go. We can do this.
4 blanks.
Right, where's a good die? What's going to be lucky? we've got. Oh well, we can stop there. First one was a 1, so
We're dead.
sorry,
The dispatch
dispatch.
has gone. Right, now we can explore. So I'm going to draw the tile, and we're going to have a look at it, and it is the Source Peddler.
Source Peddler.
Now, do you want the good news first?
It was the Source Peddler as well. I'd love good news.
The good news is that it's worth 6 source if we kill it. 6.
That is juicy.
Do you want the bad news?
Is he
It's got
hardy?
5 health and retaliation of 2.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, not quite hardy, but yeah. So I guess we want to reveal it.
Yeah. I think we're okay with the heirs knowing that.
Yeah. Well, it's just they might kill it, but if they kill it, they're not going to get any source.
Yeah.
Now the
And
danger
him
is,
retaliating might end up being a good thing for
actually, yeah.
us on
If
them.
we attack it, we're going to deal 2 damage to it, but we're going to take 2 damage back.
Yeah. And he's already
And-
taken his 2 damage.
Yeah, Cram is he's only on 3 health right now. This might be a very quick video. Because I can't see how we're going to survive wave 1.
The only thing we were told is to look after Cram.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We've got. Well, does he only take 1 damage because armored?
No, that's only if he's attacked. It doesn't count for retaliation.
Okay. Yeah, so he can't kill the Source Peddler
Mhm.
without dying, and
Cram doesn't start off upgraded, does he, by any chance?
I
In
don't
this
think
scenario,
he did.
let me just check.
I think the only star was on Dob.
Yeah.
No, he does not come in upgraded.
Yeah, he's not upgraded.
So
Diane is saying Hunter. He doesn't have Hunter, unfortunately.
no.
That's Orsh has Hunter, but not Cram.
It's literally the only thing that we can really do is move him forward. and what? Try and attack the high rise and get some source from that and hope not to die from all of the things charging at him.
No, we would die from that.
What? So otherwise, what are we? I suppose there's another landmark. To try
There is
and
another
discover,
landmark,
but he's got to go in the range of
Exactly.
all the bad stuff.
Exactly. So there's a couple of options here. We don't attack the Source Peddler and we just walk away from it. And then if we look at the Harriers, let's see how the Harriers are going to move. So the Harriers will move 1, 2, 3, 4, and they will not be next to the Source Peddler. Okay, so their next movement will bring them not adjacent to the Source Peddler.
Yeah.
And then their next movement will be 1, 2, 3, and they'll be next to the Fortress Gate, and they'll be attacking the Fortress Gate.
Yeah.
So, whereas the Joust is going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. No, the Source Peddler is not going to be in range. So I'm thinking we don't attack because the 2 points of retaliation is going to really hurt.
Yeah.
And what we do is we actually position Cram so that the Harrier attacks Cram, but the armored will kick in and will only take 1 damage, and then our retaliation back is 2 damage and we kill a Harrier.
Yeah, actually.
Okay, and then whenever Cram gets really low on health, we run away back to the Fortress Gate because then we heal back up to full, ready for the next wave.
Yeah, that's going to be the best thing to do, isn't it?
So we are going to reveal the Source Peddler, but we're not going to attack it.
No, you can see all this action going on.
Yeah, okay, right. So it's now the heir's turn.
Yeah, so Harrier
1, 2,
charges
3,
up.
4. And the Joust goes 1, 2, 3. Okay. No spires, no exploration, no attacks. Our go.
So Cram just doing some furious backpedaling
I think if we put
to
him on
these
the
trees.
space, well, where do you want to put him?
Will they choose, what is their priority actually? Will they choose to?
That's a good point.
They'll attack the gate over everything else. So we need to put him in the way of the gate, don't we?
Yeah, we put him in the way of the gate. We put him on the path directly in front of the gate.
Yeah.
Okay, because otherwise, as you say, if we put Cram in the forest to the side, what's going to happen is they'll come along and their priority is the gate. So yeah, we need to put Cram in the way.
Absolutely.
Okay, no spire attacks, no exploration, no attacks. Their turn. So the Harrier moves as far as it can towards its mark. So it's on the space in front of Cram. And then the Joust goes 1, 2, 3. And that is now 2 spaces away from the Harrier and 2 spaces away from the Source Peddler.
Yeah.
Okay. Now a quick note, the Harrier and the Joust both have the talent Quick Strike. What that means is that if we had any spires, they would actually attack before the spires. Okay.
Right. So the Harrier will attack.
Yeah,
Cram.
so the Harrier attacks us, does 2 damage, but because we've got armoured, we only take 1 damage. So we're down to 2 health. We now retaliate back, and we retaliate back for 2, and we kill one of the Harriers. So
Nice.
because they're grouped, we just take the top one off, and we get for that 1 source.
A whole source.
Yeah, but that's all we need.
But yes, we can get
that is enough to build a
platform
dispatch
now.
platform. Okay. Right. So that is their turn. Now it's our turn. Do we want to do a limited build action to build a dispatch platform?
Surely.
I think we do.
We've got. I don't think we've got any choice.
Yeah. So you mark the fact that you've done a limited build action by putting a peg in the bottom of your stronghold, the bottom of your fortress, because there's 2 holes here. Oh, we level up Cram. Oh yes, thank you, Mark. Yeah, we level up Cram.
Oh, because of his killings.
He's
Oh
killed.
yes.
Shall we give him a fortification chip?
Yes. Definitely.
Well, now see the other option, because I'm looking at the Joust. The Joust
it's
has
got 4 health.
health.
Oh yeah. Well, he's armored, isn't he? And he can duck right back into the fortress. So yeah, if we give him an attack, he'll be able to just kill the Joust, don't he?
He will.
So what?
Yeah. Oh.
So
but
if he stays out this turn, he can have another attack against the Harrier, kill another Harrier,
so another one.
get an upgrade for killing something,
Yeah.
and then we'd have to duck him in next time, and then the remaining Harrier would attack the base, which is
No.
only.
I think we've got this, because if we give him another attack, because he can walk through mountains, we can actually step away from the fortress gate. The Harrier will then move to the fortress gate and not attack Cram, and Cram could sneak in and attack the Joust before the Joust gets to attack.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that'll work?
Yeah, let's do it.
So we're going to give him another attack upgrade. Right. Okay. So our limited build action, as I was saying, you get to do 2 limited build actions per wave. You mark it by putting a peg in there, and you can only build or upgrade a spire. So we can build a dispatch platform. Now you can only build spires on either your own source wells. Each fortress gate has 2 source wells included in it, or you can build it on any source well on a tile that you have influence over. Now we've not mentioned influence yet, but you have influence at the start of the game on the tile closest to your fortress, and as soon as you've got a spire there, you then have influence over every tile adjacent to that one. Okay, so these divisions between the tiles, they are important. So at the moment, we could actually build a spire either on either of our source wells for our fortress, or the source well on the first map tile, which I think we do.
Yeah, because
So,
it'll be able to take the.
Yeah.
It's in range of everything.
So when you build a source well, this is how much source it costs for, and these are the upgrades it comes with. So it comes with an attack upgrade and a ranged upgrade. I don't know why I'm showing them to that camera, because that camera's on. But we can choose the order in which these go. Now, generally speaking, you would want to put the range on the bottom, because otherwise, if you put the attack on the bottom, then the first time that this spire is attacked, the attack chip goes, and although it's got range, it doesn't actually have any attack. So you generally want to put the range on the bottom, which I think we do. So range goes on the bottom, attack goes on top, and the dispatch platform is built. There you go. Right. So that was our limited build action.
I think we're in a better state now.
I think we are. What are we now going to do with Cram? Are we going to attack once more now and kill another one?
Yeah, and then he can duck in. Well, actually, he won't need to, will he? Like
if he attacks once more now,
will the Harrier attack?
Oh, he's gonna actually promote.
Oh, so he'll flip over and lose his upgrades.
He'll flip over and lose his upgrades, but that's fine. That's fine.
So would we have been better choosing Fortify then for when they?
No, because he hasn't actually been attacked since we gave him the upgrade.
Yeah.
So the question is, where do we want to move? I think we want to move into the forest next to the Harrier. Oh, promoting is optional. We don't have to promote. Interesting.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Yeah, because we'd like him to stay with 4
We'd
damage,
like him
wouldn't
to stay with 4 attack, yeah. I'm thinking move into the forest.
Yeah.
Get him out of harm's way. You happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
So we're moving into the forest next to the Harrier. There's no spires, there's no exploration, there's none of that. So now we attack and we kill another Harrier.
That as well.
Okay, we get a source, and importantly, even though there is another Harrier in the group, the next one doesn't retaliate. So retaliate only happens if the exact unit that you attacked survives. That didn't happen in this case, so there's no retaliation. We have one source. Excellent. Okay, it's now our opponent's turn. So, have we got this right? I think we have. The Harrier moves 1 towards the fortress gate. The Joust moves 2 behind it and can't move any further. Is that right? I mean, it has Eager, Fury Kick, Quick Strike. Don't think any of those...
because he can't swap places on the trees, can he?
No, because it doesn't have Foresty Walk.
So the Harrier will attack the gate.
Yeah, because both of them have got Quick Strike. They actually go before the Spires. Normally, our Spire would go next, but because they've got Quick Strike, they go first.
Yeah.
So you're right. The Harrier attacks the fortress gate. Now, whenever a unit attacks the fortress gate, our fortress will take damage equal to the attack value of the unit, which is 2. So our fortress gate is down to 8. But whenever the fortress gate is attacked, it retaliates for 1 damage, no matter where that attack came from. So the Harrier at the front takes 1 damage. Okay.
There we go.
Now we have the Joust. The Joust, I think, is going to go for the hero.
What was his ability? He attacks everybody.
So
or is that just units?
Eager, which is only when this unit attacks a minion, you displace the minion. He's not attacking a minion. It's a hero.
And Fury Kick is just units rather than...
Units, yeah.
So that doesn't apply to Spires, does it?
Yeah. So
he will attack Cram for a single damage.
Where's the reference of what they attack? Somebody said it was on the back of the rulebook.
Of their priority?
Yeah.
I'm still on page 14.
Right.
Is it on the back of the... I think
I can't see it on the back of the rulebook.
What they're allowed to do is on the back of the rulebook. Like,
yeah, but not
their
priorities.
Slightly different table, yeah.
Yeah. So
number 1 priority above all, the gate, no matter what, and then
opposing hero it can defeat, which is not. Opposing Spire it can defeat. It cannot defeat the Spire. So interestingly enough, if it would go for Cram if it could defeat Cram. If it can't defeat Cram, if it could defeat the Spire, it would go for the Spire. It can't defeat the Spire, so it actually goes for Cram.
Yeah.
So, back of the solo rulebook. I think back of the solo rulebook's the same. Oh no, hang on. Yeah, back of the solo rulebook. There we go. Back of the solo rulebook has the priority.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Right. So it attacks Cram, does 2 damage, but Cram's armor. Cram is on 1 health.
He's fine.
Cram retaliates for 4 damage. The Joust has gone. We get two source. Right.
There we go. We're in the money now. Now
and
he
now our
promotes.
Spire attacks.
Does he promote when he retaliates, or is that only when he's attacked?
No, he promotes every time he kills something. So we could promote him now if we wanted to. I think we do.
I think we should now, because
okay.
Come on, dispatch platform, take that Harrier out. We're trusting it.
This. These 2 dots here indicate how many upgrades Cram can have. Okay, Cram has got 2 upgrades. So the next time he kills something, instead of getting another upgrade, what happens is he promotes. He flips over and he loses all of his upgrades. But because his new health was 1 higher than the old one, he actually gains a health. And as Mark says, this was optional. We didn't have to do this, but now we have done it. His movement is 3. It was 2. His health is 6 as opposed to 5, and he now has a new ability called Survival, which we'll explain later. But that is Cram promoted. Cram has, yeah, that's good. Now, meanwhile, the dispatch platform is now going to try and get rid of the Harrier, and if we do this, it's the end of the wave. So we actually don't want this to hit, because we want to have a turn where Cram attacks it and gets another level up.
Come on, dispatch platform, miss. We shouldn't have built this.
Maybe we shouldn't have built it. We got so excited about building
after all that.
Right, make the roll.
It is 1.
It is a 1. So we have killed the Harrier. We get 1 source, and the wave ends immediately because all minions have gone. Whew. Right, there you go. Well, if you just wanted to see roughly what the game is about, that's wave 1. You've seen it. You've seen it start. That was a bit nerve-wracking at times. I thought, we've lost this. How are we ever going to do this? Right.
If you tuned in for mad skills, though, keep watching.
Keep watching. Right. Okay. So the wave is over. Discard resolved. Yeah. Okay. We basically remove the limited build pegs and we go to wave 2. Okay. Wave 2.
Right.
Start of wave 2, we have the event phase. So do you want to roll that event die again?
Oh, yeah.
And let's see what happens this time.
Get 6. Same thing, isn't it?
Oh no, not again.
We've mastered the art of anti-jousting, though.
Killing the jousts. So 6. Yep. So add an ungroup. So I'll just put him back. He's still here from before. There you go. That's there. Right now. Income phase 0, market phase as normal. So this is slightly
we've got money.
Now. We have 4 source. Now the market in the 2nd edition rules clears at the start of every market phase. It didn't used to. So we get rid of all of the chips. Now, do we get rid of the Earthscape as well?
I don't know.
Let's have a look. Market phase. At the start of each market phase, with the exception of wave 1, refresh the market by discarding all current market offerings. Yes. So we get rid of that as well. And then we reveal new ones. Okay, so the new chips that we have in the market are as follows. We have the Hero, Lostermeyer. And we have 2 pieces of equipment. We have the Time Vials. And we have the Makeshift Wings.
Time Vials and the Makeshift Wings.
And the Earthscape is the one with the 2 source wells. 1 in a forest.
2 source wells, 1 in a forest.
1 in a forest, 1 path, and another one next to what looks like a tent.
Okie doke, I got you.
Right, okay.
So
we could buy 1 thing from the market. Now the Earthscapes, there's a whole set of rules to do with Earthscapes that we might see tonight, we might not, but an Earthscape costs 2 source. And basically this allows us to put this somewhere on the board. Altering the terrain can be massively tactically useful. Like we could, for example, put it here, right? And what that would do is you can't break the path, so it would continue the path, but it means we've got 2 extra source wells that we could build on, which might be extremely useful if we decide to go down the route of, because one of the things the Brawnen can do, if we buy the correct upgrade, is we can buy a siege tower. And a siege tower will allow our spires to attack other spires. Because that's one of the important things in this game. Spires attack units. Spires do not attack other spires. But the Brawnen have an ability, have an upgrade where we can do that. So that might be something we want to do.
Yeah.
Might be. And that is our opportunity to do it with that tile. So that's what I'm tempted to do. And then we have to just get as much source as we can, and we have to build siege towers and try and blow it. I think there's multiple ways to do this scenario. I think that's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other option is that we buy some of this equipment, but equipment's assigned to the hero, but only when they deploy. So we'd have to send Cram home to give him a piece of equipment.
Yeah, they're nice. It would be nice to see him fly. I don't know if it would be that much better though. So that we just
because he's got mountain walk.
The hero's just out of consideration.
Yeah.
Because of the scenario. So Back to the Future is they attack again.
Yep.
As if they hadn't attacked. I don't think that they would be better choices. So to unlock siege towers, we need 6 source. Yeah.
Which we can't get now, but we can do it.
We can get 6.
We
Not
can
right
get
now,
6.
but we'll do it.
Are we going to go for it?
So yeah.
Right, we're going to buy this Earthscape. So that costs us 2 source. Now the Earthscape does not refresh. If you bought another chip, it would refresh. But the AI in this scenario doesn't buy anything from the market phase. They don't do anything. So that's the end of the market phase. We go into the build phase. And as you can see from the scenario, wave 2, in the build phase, we add an attack chip to the bottom of an air spire of our choice. So which one do we want to promote with an attack chip? How about the one at the very back?
Yeah, one that we don't need to deal with.
Oh, yeah, I think
the high rise.
We're going to upgrade the high rise at the very back and probably ignore it for the whole game.
Yeah.
So, because we only need one objective to win, and that will be probably to take down the minaret. Okay, right. Now, it's our build phase. We only have 2 source. So we can't actually build anything. But this is the point when we do place the Earthscape onto the board. Now, you've got to be very, very careful in a PvP game about placing Earthscapes, because when you place one, you may immediately build a spire onto one of the source wells. But if you don't, the other player then might jump on it.
Yeah.
In this game, we don't need to worry about that because the AI is not going to do that. So now, I think we're safe to put it on the board. Now, the rules of placing these, they've got to go onto the board. They can't go overlapping the edge. You have to maintain the path between the 2 fortress gates. And at least one of these 3 hexes must be placed over a hex which we have influence over. So we couldn't put it here, for example, like, miles over there.
Yeah.
We'd have to put it so that it's close to us, but we can't block the path. So I'm trying to think.
So
where,
if we had it kind of the kind of last path hex of the first tile, covering up these 2 forest spaces, maybe. I was thinking the forest space with the source well on it now is potential for a siege tower to be in range of that minaret.
Uh-huh.
Because that's 3 away. With a bit of what does a siege tower come in with? It's got 3 range, hasn't it?
Siege tower's base range is 3. So I don't know if you're watching my YouTube feed, but there's 2 spaces. There's 2 places I think that might be good for it. There's here.
You're thinking of making the path longer as well.
Yeah, if I turn it to here, what it's done
that.
is it's made the path a lot longer. Now, is that going to be good for us, or is that going to be bad for us? I think that's good for us.
Yeah. And there's still a source well within 3 of that minaret.
Within 3 of the minaret. So I think we put it there.
That's definitely better.
So, yeah, let's do that. Right, so that's gone on there. We don't have anything else to do in the build phase. So that's it. That's the end of the build phase. Right, we now go to the prep phase. Tom, do you want to start thinking about what we're going to do with our 7 command points? But
yes.
We get a free upgraded architect. So if you want to have a look at what the architect does, because we get one for free.
Okay.
Sorry, a free promoted one.
He's a builder. Before or after his movement, you may choose one of the following at no cost. Build a dispatch platform, so the tower we've already got, on an adjacent source well, ignoring influence restrictions. Promote an adjacent one to a siege tower.
Yeah.
I assume we have to have unlocked them. Do we? Or is that only for us to
I
be
don't
paying
think so.
for them? Add an upgrade to an adjacent spire, ignoring upgrade capacity. And if it's on its basic side, return it to its barracks. If promoted, flip it to its basic side.
So basically, he can come out, he can build a dispatch platform, then upgrade it to a siege tower, and then he goes away.
Well, that's good enough for me.
So Harrier. I'm just doing the enemy stacks.
Oh yeah.
I'm also going to put the Elfin Kazi on before I forget.
Oh yeah.
So this time, the heirs have a promoted Harrier with a promoted Harrier together in a group. Then, in another group, they have a Joust and a promoted Harrier.
Okay.
And then they've got the promoted Joust on the bottom because of the dice roll. Whew. Oh, so Mark is saying for Earthscapes, you can place them off the map. Oh yeah, off the map, just not half on and half off the map. So you could actually extend the board. Right.
Right, so Architect, and then we've got 7.
7.
So a Forsaken is nice and 7, but it's a bit all our eggs in one basket.
It is.
He's got a lot of keywords, but
yeah, the Forsaken is very, very, very cool. If you look at it, it's got 4 attacks, 7 health, and you think, well, that's totally broken. Until you read this unruly, and basically, I think you roll a dice at the start of each turn, and on 5 to 6, they just walk off. Yeah.
So it's more likely then that we're going to do a 4 and a 3 to spend all of our stuff.
A 4 and a 3, or 2 2s and a 3. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's that's probably better. There's the Aegis is a little bit of a mini cram.
It is.
He's armored, but he's also got assault. So
only the upgraded
that's
side.
the upgraded side I've got out. So that would be good, but he's not that yet. So he's decent. He's got a couple of attack, a couple of movements, or we would get a load of cannon fodder in Battleborn.
Yeah,
distracting from a dispatch.
That's my worry with the armored. Is the number of health that these things have.
Yeah.
That's my concern. Because there's so many enemy spires, they're just dealing so much damage to us. Armored.
And the
when
minaret
this unit
is
is
just
attacked,
the minaret is just fortified to the eyeballs as well.
Yeah. Because I don't think armored protects you against spire damage.
No. Right, so
I don't think so.
The Aegis would be a lot more useful once units get to us, just for having that extra health in the armor. Yeah,
there's a question for the chat. Does armored protect you against spire damage? Armored works against spires. Yeah, I thought I was just reading it, and it's an attack, so it does. So armored does work against spires. So I'm thinking the Aegis.
Yeah, that works against spires. Absolutely. I'm happy with that.
So Aegis and a dispatch?
And a dispatch.
Right. Now, what are we going to do with regards to grouping of these? We have the Architect, we have an Aegis, and we have a dispatch, and we can group or not group them as we see fit.
So the high rise has only got 2 range now.
It only has 2 range, yes.
But we want... Do we want the Architect... I think whatever we do with the other 2, maybe we want the Architect in a separate group walking behind.
Yeah.
So that he can get to one of these wells after the high rise isn't there anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he can just go on the bottom.
Architect on the bottom on his own.
And then dispatch and Aegis. Well, if we have the same if we have them separate, I suppose if we have them separate, it holds back the Architect a lot.
Yeah.
And he's going to go very slowly.
Mm-hmm.
But we would have the situation we had last time where Aegis would be trailing just behind, and can maybe tank the damage from spires with his armor, while Dispatch is flinging arrows. So the first turn to yeah. So the second turn, Dispatch would be in range, whereas if Aegis went first, it would be the third turn for him to be in range. So we probably want separate Dispatch first.
Aegis, Architect.
Yeah.
Okay, done. Yeah, I agree with that. You can't group the Architect anyway, as it has 3 move, not 2.
Oh, yeah?
Well, that's not true. You can group a faster unit with a slower one. You just cannot group a slower unit with a faster one.
Yeah.
So in other words, we could put the Architect in a group with either of the other two, because it's moving at the speed of the slowest unit.
You can hold someone back.
Yeah.
You just can't speed up a load of slowies.
Yeah. We can't put the Architect in a group with the Dispatch underneath it. That's not allowed. Right. So it's now the Onslaught phase. So at the start of the Onslaught phase, the Elfinkazi goes on. Done. Now it's the Air's turn. So the Elfinkazi is not within range 3.
Nope.
Okay, so it doesn't take off. In fact, we probably don't want to move Cram this wave at all. Let's just leave him there.
Well, did we talk about his survival yet?
We didn't. He's got survival. So on a turn where he doesn't move or attack, he heals.
And that's what we want.
That's what we want. So he's just going to stay there. Right. So we're going to move the Harrier. So this is what I was saying earlier on about movement, AI movement. If this was a player, if you were playing the Airs right now, you would be totally legally allowed to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, 4. I don't think you can go back to the same space twice. Okay, but basically you can manipulate the movement to advance as little and as much as you want, as long as you've advanced. But because it's AI movement, it has to go 1, 2, 3, 4. It has to advance as much as possible. Then we have the Joust, which moves 2. Because this is a normal Joust.
He's holding the upgraded one back.
He's holding the upgraded one back, which would normally move 3. He's like, get out of the way on his ostrich. Interesting. Yeah. See, the game this afternoon was very different because I was playing against the Grove Tenders, and some of the Grove Tenders units have they can walk through forest. So all of a sudden you learn the rules of movement, and then all of a sudden the Treed turns up, and it's like, oh wait a minute,
just break it all.
The Treed can go this way, and it really throws you. I think we're done. We have no spires to attack them, so that's it. That's the end of their turn. Right, our turn.
So old Architect's getting a bit fenced in, but yeah, he'll get there eventually.
So the Dispatch moves 2, the Aegis moves 1, the Architect doesn't deploy, and Cram the Mighty, we're not going to move him. We're not going to move him, are we?
I wonder if we should just put him back in the base.
Well,
and then
no,
he would just be. Wouldn't then he just be full?
He would, but he only then comes back at the start of wave 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whereas if we did need him, he is out here. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we now get to attack the Source Peddler.
Here we go.
Okay, and it's at range, so there's no
Dispatch
retaliation.
Nice range.
Now, if the Source Peddler had range 2, it would retaliate. Okay, so range does count for retaliation as well, but it doesn't have range, so the Dispatch does 1 damage to the Source Peddler, down to 4. Okay, we are done. Back to the Airs. The Elfinkazi stays where it is. The Harrier goes 1, 2, 3, 4. The Joust goes 1, 2. And then the other Joust goes 1, 2, 3, or wherever. Right. So I've got the 2 Jousts between the High Rise and the Minaret.
Yes.
And I've got the Harrier in front of the Regal Lookout.
Yep. Ooh, so the Harrier will be in range of the Dispatch. Mind you, the Tower will. Tower's probably more important to take out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's looking good, I think. So, Dispatch moves his 2. Aegis moves his 2. Architect stretches his legs.
Yeah, it's time to leave. Moves So, right,
Oh, actually, we haven't got the option of
we
the
must
Aegis
move
getting
in
attacked,
3.
have we? Because we must.
We
Oh,
must
so is
move
he
the
going to swap?
Architect 3.
Okay, so he's
Okay.
gonna swap with the Aegis.
No. It moves to the space between Cram and the Source Peddler.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
It
'Cause he
must
can.
move 3 if
Okey-doke.
able,
Yeah.
and there's no way we can waste the movement. Now that's good because that's
Yeah.
going to get rid of the Source Peddler.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, this is nice. Okay, attacks. We have
So-
the dispatch getting attacked by.
Yeah, because my thoughts that we
Mm.
can let the guy behind take the damage again. We've taken the range off the high rise.
So
it hasn't got 3 range anymore, so it's going to attack the dispatch.
I'm just going to move my camera over so we can actually see. There you go. So use the Regal Lookout to attack the Aegis because he's armored.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Because we are allowed to do that, even though that's to our advantage. So yeah,
Yeah.
so the Royal Lookout has got 3 range. It can attack the Aegis. You want to roll the dice?
Yep. Let's see. Come on, would you a miss?
Or a 1?
1. So that's fine. 1.
That's fine. Bounces off. The high rise can only attack the dispatch, so it does.
And it gets a 1.
Okay, that's fine. It's 1 damage. Right, now it's our go. We
Okay.
have choices here. We have a lot of choices. We could use the dispatch to attack the Source Peddler, or the Harrier, or the high rise.
So I think in the Aegis and the Architect are probably okay to do the Source Peddler, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because
we've
the
got
Aegis
4
will
damage
take
on the
1
Source
damage. The Aegis will take 1 damage because he's.
Peddler. No,
Oh no, he'll take 2, won't he?
he'll take 2.
Because
So
it's retaliation.
I think we use the Architect to attack the Source Peddler first.
Because he's got so much health.
Retaliation only happens once.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering what we're thinking, retaliation only happens once. So we're attacking the Source Peddler with these 2 units. The first one that attacks will get the retaliation. The second one will not get the retaliation for 2 reasons. 1, retaliation only happens once per turn, and 2, the Source Peddler will die from the second attack.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think we should definitely do that then.
okay, so the Architect attacks the Source Peddler, deals it
Takes
2
2
damage.
damage.
The Architect takes 2 back. Then the Aegis deals the other 2 damage. The Source Peddler dies, and we get 6 Source. We now have 8.
Here we go.
Oh,
5, 6, and then Cram should he have healed 1? Have I not done that?
I've done that.
Should
I've got him on
3 health, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
Cram's not doing anything. Dispatch should probably attack the tower, right?
I think the tower.
Yeah.
So we take another counter off the bottom of the high rise. The high rise is now down to 1 attack, but remember, every tower has an inbuilt range of 1. So it's still got a range of 1 attack.
Yeah.
But that tower is almost down.
And beautifully, now the airs move, they will be getting further away from us.
Yeah.
Because of the path.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that Earthscape has been great. Okay. I think we're done. I think that's our go done. Yes. Right, so the heirs. The Elfinkazi stays where it is. The Harrier moves 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have it to the side of the high rise, on the other side of the high rise to our line of units.
Yeah.
Yep. The front joust moves 2, and then the back joust moves 2. Right, I don't think we have any spires attacking them. So and there's no attacks, so it's our go. Now, do we want, because we've got 8 source,
Oh, yeah, to do our build.
do we want to do a limited build action and stick another spire in the middle of the board?
Yeah, like a dispatch platform.
Or do
Because
we hang fire, buy the upgrade that allows us to build siege towers, and then build a second siege tower?
Yeah, because it's going to be expensive, isn't it? 6 just for the upgrade, and then how much is the siege
towers are
tower?
free.
Is 6 as well. Yeah, I think maybe wait and see how it goes
Yeah, so to
with
build
the
a
money
siege tower,
first.
we have to have what do we need to do? We need to buy the smelter upgrade. We need to buy this upgrade here. We've not bought any of this. This is a whole part of the game you've not seen yet. If you think, oh, this looks fine, we've seen the game. No, you haven't seen any of this. This is a whole extra thing. Brawn and steel. Yes, a 6 source. We can buy this upgrade. Yeah, okay. Well, let's have a look at what we're facing. A joust, a harrier, and another joust. I think we're okay with them. My worry is that we build the siege tower from the architect and then we lose it.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not sure we will.
We could. Let's see. We'll get the 4 source we need from destroying the high rise, and
Yeah.
that affords us the upgrade and the siege tower next time.
Yeah.
From minions that are out here, we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 more.
Yeah. So Diane's
So
reminding us. Yeah, I know you can't do this in the onslaught phase. I'm just planning ahead.
Yeah, yeah.
Planning ahead for what we're going to do in the next build phase. But yeah, these
Just planning
upgrades.
out, should we risk?
Yes.
We could maybe afford 4 to do a dispatch platform as maybe a decoy for the architects, so that maybe they attack a dispatch platform rather than the
Possibly.
architect's siege tower.
Yeah. I think save it just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're not gonna do a limited build. So now we do movement. So the dispatch, we have no choice. It moves 2. The Aegis, we have no choice. It moves 2. The architect, we have no real choice. It ends up behind the Aegis. And now Cram. Are we just going to leave Cram where he is and just ignore the Elfin Kazi?
It would be a bit of a shame after all this for him to take that damage. I think maybe if we are going to bring him out, do it after the architect's gone.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we
If we
could
bring
bring
him
him.
out
We
now,
could bring him
that's
over
fine.
to this landmark later
Yeah.
on. But at the moment, if we do it, the Elfin Kazi will blow up the architect.
Yeah. So we're going to leave Cram where he is, and he's not going to attack. So I've put him on 4 health.
Yeah.
Right. So spires.
So should we do the architect's
Oh,
thing?
architect,
Yeah.
yes.
So after his movement,
So
it's got to be on one of those spaces, hasn't it?
We can build a dispatch platform. Sorry, no. Yeah, a dispatch platform.
Yep.
Which comes with its normal upgrades of an attack. Yeah, so where do we want to put it? On the forest or on the camp?
Should we on the forest so it's a bit further away from them?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the joust. Yeah, we want to do that. It's going on the forest.
Yeah.
So nice, right next to the heirs spire. Nice. Okay. And that downgrades.
He flips to
He
normal.
flips. Okay, because he might die now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just noticed that. Okay, so their spires now attack us. So we have the high rise. The high rise's target is only the dispatch. So do you want to roll for that?
Yeah. It is gonna do 1.
Oh, so the dispatch is still alive with 1 health. And then the Regal Lookout attacks the architect. Don't roll a 2.
It's a 2.
It doesn't actually matter because the architect would never be able to upgrade it. No, he would have done if we could have got him all the way around. So that's unfortunate. We've lost the architect.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
Well, that is he's got us a tower.
He's got us a siege tower. He's got us a dispatch platform.
He's done
That's
something.
fine. That's fine. Okay. We have the dispatch now. We can attack. Do we want to kill the tower or do 1 damage to a Harrier? I think kill the tower.
Yeah, it's got to be the tower.
All right, the tower is gone. Boom. We get 4
Okay.
swords. We now have 10. Okay, nice. Love it when a tower goes down.
We've got more than that, haven't we?
Hmm?
We've got 12 now.
Sorry, 12. I can't count.
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah, we have 12. Right. Any other attacks? There is no other attacks.
No one's in range now, are they?
Reminder, stroke clarification from Mark. Thank you, Mark. It is before or after movement. So if he'd have survived,
Yeah, he could have done it
We
straight away.
could have done it before movement. Thank you, Mark. Yeah.
Can our spire go off, or did it get built after spire action?
When did we build it?
I find the
So
sequence.
we built it on our turn. It will go off on their turn.
Oh yeah, yeah, because it still does, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so I think it's them. So the Elfinkazi doesn't move. The Harrier moves 1.
Oh yeah, poor dispatch.
Joust moves 2. The other Joust moves 2. Okay, right. So we have a Spire that can attack.
But it's got
Yeah.
quick strike.
Oh yeah, quick strike.
Oh yeah, everyone's got quick strike. But the joust isn't. It depends who we choose to attack, I suppose. Do we choose for our spires?
We do. So the Harrier attacks the dispatch and kills it. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the dispatch gone. But we now choose where this dispatch platform is going to attack. And because it's got the splash talent, I think we should go for the joust over there.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
sure.
splash means that we can deal 1 damage to everything adjacent to it. Well, all units adjacent to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think leave this Harrier here. Use this dispatch platform to attack that joust.
Yeah. Does
Okay.
that would the Elfinkazi get away with that because he's flying? And he's being attacked by something that hasn't got air defense.
That is a very good point. Let's have a look. Splash says, when this Spire attacks, it may also deal 1 damage to all units adjacent to its target. Okay, so I think, and I'll wait for the chat to correct me, but I think that that's going to kill the Elfinkazi as well. Okay.
It's a unit adjacent to its target.
It is a unit adjacent to its target. So unless it's got, I don't think flying is going to affect it. I don't think roam affects it. Yeah, so I think that's it.
So either way, we have to roll for the joust.
We roll for the joust.
In front.
It's 1 damage on the other joust and 1 damage on the Elfinkazi.
2, finally.
Wow. So we deal 2
2 on
damage to
that
the
joust, and then 1 on the one behind.
And the Elfinkazi is gone, and we get
Boom.
2 swords for that.
Oh, here we go.
Nice. That is correct. Oh, hence the pro plays comment. Thank you.
So now we've got 14 swords, haven't we now?
Swords. Yeah.
So we probably, I don't know, I suppose we could save it for an item or something. We don't necessarily need to build a dispatch platform.
No.
We
don't want to build a dispatch platform because
we want spaces
dispatch
for the
platforms
sieges.
are on the other side of the siege towers. So if we
Oh
were to
yeah, so the
build-
more we
Yeah,
build them,
exactly.
the less we can have. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's not do that then.
No.
So that was our stuff. They've already moved. That's it.
There we go, done.
That's the round.
Yeah.
So it's cram.
Start of our turn. Not going to do a limited build action. Now we could. So here's the other thing. Let's have a look at this dispatch platform. This is more rules that you haven't seen yet. The dispatch platform, when you build it, it comes with an attack upgrade and a ranged upgrade, but it's got 3 little dots on it. What that means, it can actually have a 3rd upgrade. So one of the things you've not seen yet us do is, and you can do this as a limited build action, you can actually upgrade your spires. So we could add an extra attack upgrade or a range upgrade or a fortification upgrade to this spire. It will cost 1 source for each chip which is on the spire, including the one that you added, unless you add a fortification chip. If you add a fortification chip, it's always 2. So in other words, for 3 source, we could put an extra attack upgrade on this dispatch platform.
Oh,
That means we're rolling 2 dice.
Yeah, I think we've got to do that.
You think?
Yeah.
I think so too. So limited build action.
Well, actually though,
Go on.
wouldn't next? Oh no, because the joust move. Oh yeah, wouldn't next turn the joust be next to it,
It would.
and it would knock that fire straight back out before we'd get to use it?
It would. So what we're doing is we're actually protecting it.
Yeah.
At which point we should add a fortification chip.
Yes.
Because if we're going to lose the bottom chip anyway from the joust's quick strike, we might as well only pay 2 source for it instead of 3.
But why is it? Is it just cheaper to buy fortifications?
Yes, it's
all
always
the
2.
time. Ah, okay.
It's always 2 source to buy a fortification. And I was going to say this, but Diane has put it in the chat. If you had space in the tower, 1 limited build action will allow you to build multiple upgrades. Okay?
Okay.
So that's useful to know. What it won't allow you to do is it won't allow you to build a spire and do the upgrades as 1 limited build, but you can take both of your limited build actions in the same turn. So therefore, you could use 1 limited build action to build a spire and the other limited build action to slam loads of upgrades on it, if it had, like, 5 blue dots or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got a lot of flexibility. But I think we need to put a fortification upgrade on it because we're going to lose 1 from the joust.
Yeah.
Okay, so we do that. We spend 2 source, and we put a fortification chip on it. It's a shame that that joust doesn't have 1 attack, because then it would actually bounce off. Because remember, fortification chip, you need to deal at least 2 damage to get rid of it. Okay, we cannot upgrade that dispatch platform anymore. Multiple upgrades across all towers or just 1? Just 1, I think, Matthew. Yeah. Okay, our go. The Aegis moves towards the Harrier. We have no choice. Now, what's Cram going to do? He's on 4 health.
Which wave is this?
This is wave 2.
It's wave 2 still.
Do we bring Cram out because the Elfin Kazi's gone?
I mean, which turn of the wave is this?
Oh, I don't know. 3?
I think should Cram be on 5? Have we had? I think we've had 3.
Well, the dispatch.
And he heals at the end of our turn.
So the dispatch first moved there. Then the dispatch moved there. Then the dispatch moved there. I think he was on 1 health, wasn't he? So he's now on 4. Yeah, I think
he was on. He was on 2 because he healed back 1 when he leveled up and he got an extra health. So I think he should be on 5.
Put him on 5. There you go.
There we go. So yes, now he's nearly full.
I think we move him in.
Oh, the Elfin Kazi's gone, so yeah, we've got nothing to be scared of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get him in there.
Plus, this is a swamp landmark tile, and the swamp ones are slightly less dangerous than the other ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. We're done. Oh, yeah, he will get attacked by the Regal Lookout.
Oh. He's armoured though. I think we can take that.
Yeah, we're fine. Okay. Right, do you want to roll for the Regal Lookout attacking Cram?
Where's the dice? There's one. It is. Oh, that's gone in the corner. As much as I like this leathery dice tray, dice do get stuck in the corners. It's 1.
It's a 1, so that bounces off the armour. Right. Exploration. We're going to have a look at it.
Oh, we've got to.
And it is a bounty hunter.
Bounty hunter.
Okay. Now, this has the talent Fair Fight, and you will notice it doesn't have an attack value. That's because it attacks you back. It retaliates for exactly what you attack it with.
Okay.
So if you attack it with 6, it hits you back for 6. Well, no, if you hit it with 6, it'd die.
Yeah.
Do we want to reveal it?
Ooh, will they? They won't attack it. They'll walk straight past it. So I think we're safe.
I think we put it on the board. Right. So I guess we want to attack it.
Yeah, because he can always run back, can't he?
So 2 damage to the Bounty Hunter. We take 2 damage back. Then the Aegis does 2 damage to the Harrier, killing it, which means it doesn't retaliate. The next one in the stack will not retaliate. So we get another source, putting us on 13. And that's another Harrier dead. Do love the taste of roasted Harrier. And I think that's our go done.
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Harrier sticks.
Harrier stays. Joust moves 2.
Next to the dispatch platform.
Moves 2.
And then
the Harrier attacks the Aegis.
But it's just for 1.
Does 1 damage. The Aegis retaliates, killing the Harrier, giving us another source up to 14. That Aegis was brilliant. The Joust attacks the dispatch platform, taking the fortification chip off the bottom. And now our dispatch platform can attack. Now I think we should attack the Joust at the back.
Yeah, because the splash will just kill the other one, won't it? No matter what gets rolled.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Jason
the
is
one at the
reminding us that the spires fire. They do, but these enemy units have quick strike, so they actually go before the spires.
So we've rolled nothing,
Okay,
but splash still
Flash still kills this one.
happens, doesn't it?
And we have a Harrier turn up. And we get another 2 source, putting us on 16. There is a limit of 20. You can't have more than 20 source.
Okay.
So... Okay,
But
our go.
we could just throw. We don't need to, but we could use our other limited build to fortify that platform again. It's not going to get attacked this time around, is it?
No, so we could put
Because
we could put an attack upgrade on it.
Yeah, it's not going to get attacked for a couple of turns.
No, it's not.
Ooh,
So
yeah, let's.
limited build action, 3 source because it's the 3rd upgrade, and we're going to put an attack upgrade. And new ones always go on the bottom. You can't reorder them. So there you go. So that's gone on there. Right.
Okay.
That's both of our limited build actions done.
Yep, and that's their movement finished. So back to us.
Yeah.
All
So
their
the
stuff's
Aegis
done, I
moved
think.
through.
Yeah.
And Cram is going to stay where he is.
Yeah.
I think
Maybe
so.
that's just all he's going to do.
Yeah.
Attack the bounty hunter and then run away. Well, I suppose it depends what the Regal Lookout does.
True.
Maybe he won't be able to attack the bounty hunter.
Do you want to roll
We
for
can
the Regal
hope.
Lookout?
Yeah. Die. It is 1. Pings off.
Bounces off. And then Cram the Mighty attacks the bounty hunter, kills it. We get 3 source and Cram upgrades.
Here we go.
What do we want to do?
I suppose for towers he doesn't really care, does he?
No,
about
2 attack is enough for towers.
getting
I'm
damage?
thinking health.
Yeah.
Because Darb's going to come out at the start of wave 3 and he's going to cause us all sorts of problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stick a fortification chip on him.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So does that go at the bottom of his health?
Goes on the bottom. Fortification chips don't work in the same way as towers. They basically, all they are is an extra hit point.
Okie doke.
Right, the Aegis can't attack, so it's now their go.
Yeah, so Joust marches up to the Aegis. Other Joust right. Oh dear.
And there's a Harrier.
Is there?
Yep. So the Joust that attacked our
Oh
dispatch
yes, I've
platform.
taken the Harrier off, not the Joust.
Yeah.
There we go.
So the Harrier has to move right into the corner because it has to move.
Oh,
full
that's good
movement if
then.
possible.
Okay then, that's good. I was worried for a second the
then
Joust
other
would go and
Joust
attack.
actually ends there.
Yeah, that's actually perfect for us because they're not next to the dispatch platform.
Craig is saying that we should put the fortification chip under Cram's chip because it needs to be the last chip off him. I don't think that's right. The new rules say that if a hero has a fortification chip, it's the first one. It's the first one that comes off.
Paul's right.
Yes, we
Aegis
forgot
is
to attack the Aegis.
Aegis is in minaret range.
Yeah, do you want to roll for that? It's 2 attack.
Here we go.
dice.
Oh, 2. Oh dear.
2 attack dice. Yeah, the minute the Aegis might not be there.
Oh well, he's rolled a 2 and a nothing, so just 1 damage.
Oh
to
yeah,
the
he's
Aegis.
still alive. Okay, thank you, Paul. We missed that. This minaret has got 3 range. So yes, it was within range.
So
Okay.
Harrier just bounces off.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Aegis.
Kazumi said that as well. Yeah.
Harrier just bounces off, and then the Joust does 1 damage to him.
Uh,
That'd be right. Oh, actually,
the Harrier-
doesn't the Joust swap places with the Aegis first?
I think the Harrier is promoted.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 2 attack.
Okie doke. So it does
the
1
Aegis dies.
damage, and then does the Joust swap places
Well, no, it's dead.
first, and then
Aegis is dead.
okie doke.
Yeah, I had the Aegis on 1 health. So
Yeah.
Harrier kills it.
But then dispatch platform.
That was the quick strike. Now the dispatch platform kicks in. What do we want to do? 2 dice on the Joust?
Yeah, because it's a waste, isn't it, to potentially roll a load of damage? Has the Joust got 3 health? Am I right with that?
Yeah, Joust has got 3 health. The Harrier has 2.
Come on, tower. 1. 1 and nothing.
So it's 1 on that.
But
and
1 to the
on
Harrier.
for splash.
So next time.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. They are actually both going to be next to the dispatch platform next time, unfortunately.
Okay. So our go. We've no more limited build actions, so I think move Cram away from the Regal Lookout, or sending towards the Regal. No.
Or if we just leave him, there, whether he takes damage or not, he'll heal it back. So he'll either end the turn with the same amount of health or more.
Okay.
Because he heals right if he hasn't moved or attacked.
Yeah, but do we not just want to move him back? I don't know.
Because he can at most take 1 damage from the Regal Lookout.
Yeah.
And he would heal that back. But if the Regal Lookout rolls 1 or nothing.
Okay. So we're going to leave Cram
there
there
and end up with more health. I think he's safe there. Just continually healing the small damage that he gets.
Okay. So we're leaving
and
Cram
then one day he's going to charge at it. Yeah, he's fine there.
And now we do the Regal Lookout attack first.
Here we go.
So when does he heal?
It's just 1 at the end of our turn. He rolled a 1, so that pings off.
End of our turn. He gets a health chip on.
Here we go.
He's got 4 health chips and a fortification chip.
This is how to do Cram.
Yeah. You just stand there going, come on then, bring it. Right, the Harrier moves 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's next to the dispatch platform. The Joust moves 3, and he's next to the dispatch platform.
So it's still going to have 1 range and a die. Something, isn't it?
So it loses 2 upgrades because it gets hit twice, and then we go for the Joust.
Yes, because the Harrier's dead.
Because the Harrier will then die from splash.
And we get, come on, 2, big 2, 1.
1. Okay.
Once the Joust, Harry is dead. And another
Wave
source.
is almost over. So, our go.
Yeah, Cram's
going to stay where he is.
Yeah, because if he did charge over to the Regal Lookout, the Minaret would have something to say about it.
Yeah, in fact, what's going to happen is the Joust is going to move 3 and attack Cram. So why don't we just get Cram
move him out of the way
and attack the Joust?
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
Should we just do that?
Yeah, because he would just take it out.
Yeah. So
before
Cram
that
goes
even happens.
1, 2, 3, attacks the Joust, kills the Joust, and we get another fortification upgrade.
Yeah.
There we go. Right. Wave is immediately over because that is the last minion to fall. Whew. Right. I'm just checking the chat. Does the Harrier have to go first? Yes, the Harrier had to go first because it was the lead. Oh, okay, so we could have chosen. You're right. The Harrier and the Joust were equidistant. We could have chosen which one we wanted to go first.
Okay.
Yeah,
I get you, because if we'd have had the Joust in front, he would have held the Harrier back and only 1 could have attacked the dispatch platform.
Never mind. We live and learn. Thank you very much for that. Wave 3. Roll the event die. Come on, Tom. Don't roll the 6.
Here we go. Oh, not one of them. We get 5.
Oh,
Joust time. I should just have a permanent Joust ready.
Yeah, so what was it? An upgraded Joust on the bottom?
Upgraded Joust at the bottom.
Okay, right. Now, something else happens in Wave 3. Darb is going to turn up. But, first thing first, market phase. So, I'll zoom in on the camera, and the 3 chips are as follows. We have the Staff of Anvas, love that. We have the Anarchist, and we have Brick and Mortars. So you can actually get Mercenary Spires in here as well. And the Earthscape is the mountains with the source well.
Like a path. I've got it.
Okay.
So just how much with the downside of the crystal method is I've just got a mountain of crystals up here and I've lost count.
Right. We have 16.
Ooh. So we are doing
we are indeed doing.
We're unlocking siege and doing a
Yeah.
tower for sure.
Is there anything we want to buy from here in the market phase?
2, 4, 6. So we could just get some more brick and mortars for. That would be everything spare, really, wouldn't it? 2, 3.
I'm tempted to save it because we can upgrade the siege tower.
I've got 18, Paul.
Have you got
Did
18?
you get the 2 for killing the joust at the very end?
No, probably not. No,
Last
18.
time.
Okay. Oh yeah, first thing is event. We've done the event. Yeah, Tom rolled a 5.
Another
Yeah.
joust. Three waves, 3 jousts.
Yeah.
So
are we not buying anything?
we could afford that tower.
We
The
could.
brick and mortars, but it'd be a bit weak, I
to build a
suppose.
siege tower and put another attack on it.
Oh yeah, that would be
Because
better.
the problem
than...
is the minaret has fortification chips, so we have to hit it for 2 damage a time. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it just bounces off. So 1 siege tower with 1 attack is not going to be enough.
yeah. Okay,
So I don't think we're buying
so
anything.
no, it'll be a waste then.
Yeah.
We don't need this puny tile.
Yeah.
I forgot the
Okay.
name of
The
Earthcracker. Earthscrape.
I don't think we need to.
No, we've
No, I
got
think-
plenty
I
of
think we're
source
good.
wells everywhere. We got the
Yeah.
best one.
We did.
So no
Okay.
markets in that. We're
Build phase.
building.
We are building.
We're advancing our fortress.
Yeah, so fortress, these come off. Here's what we're doing. We are spending 6 source to upgrade our smelter to Brawnen Steel 1. You have to buy these upgrades in order, but we're buying Brawnen Steel, which cost us 6, and you put the little peg in there. Okay, so that cost us 6. Now, I mentioned if you're playing PvP, the objective of the game is to defeat your opponent's fortress. If after 4 waves you haven't managed to defeat your opponent's fortress, you go to the points, and the points is basically the amount of health you have left plus 1 for every upgrade. So in PvP, buying upgrades is important because each one is worth 1 victory point. In the solo game, it doesn't matter. You either win or you lose. Right. Do we want to do... does the opponent do anything in the build phase? No. So here we go. We are now going to build a siege tower.
Siege tower
So
times
this
6.
is going to cost us 6. And it comes with 1 attack and 2 range on top of its already 1 range. Where are we going to put it? On the tents? Right in the middle? Or are we going to play it safe and put it in the forest?
I think if it's I think maybe the forest,
okay,
because
we're just gonna go for a
so
1
many
renown
of its
victory.
maybe all of its attacks this wave are just going to be on the minaret.
Yeah, you're
I don't
right.
think
We
it's
don't
going to
wanna
get a
put it
chance
here.
to fight anything else. It's still in range of the Regal Lookout if by some
Oh, it is?
miracle it takes out the minaret and then gets bored.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be doing any minioning.
Okay.
I think that's a good place. What is
Right.
raise? Is that can attack towers?
Yeah, raise means it can attack towers. Yeah. It's at the start of your turn. This spire may attack a spire or fortress gate within its range.
Ooh.
So it can actually attack the fortress gate, but if it does, it loses the bottom upgrade. So.
And we've still got 7?
I've got
right?
6. 6.
Yeah, 7 can't be right.
No.
We had an even number and we've
So
spent
we could, if we
even
wanted
numbers.
to, now buy the second attack upgrade for this, which will cost 4.
I think
so
we
that's
should.
it. So we spend 4, we buy another attack upgrade. So it's attack, range, attack.
And we could get a fortification. I suppose it's not going to get attacked for ages.
We can't, it can only have 4 upgrades.
Oh, true. Never mind.
Yeah.
Disregard.
Okay.
Yeah, we could
Do
put
we
we
want
could
to
put a
upgrade the
range
dispatch
back up.
platform?
Yeah, we could put a range back on the dispatch
Yeah.
platform.
That'll cost 2.
Yeah, because it's
With good-
not going to do
good
as
idea.
much good with just 1 range.
That's it. That's all of our source gone.
That's a good spend, though.
That is a good spend. Right, we
made
now go
waves.
into the prep phase. Tom, do you want to spend us 9 command points while I prepare
9 command points.
the bad guys? Oh. Okay, we need to be aware the Elfinkazi can hit us from where we are.
Oh yeah.
So we might want to run away fairly quickly. Thankfully, we are going first this phase. So first of all, we have a Harrier on its own, upgraded for 2. And we have Joust Harrier.
So
upgraded.
So with 9. See, it's this Source Siege fella over here.
Yeah.
Shoot flying things down. He's got big range. Transport.
Carries other units around.
Oh, he must be grouped.
Yeah.
With something.
Yeah. It's a siege engine. So
yeah.
the other things carry it around. It's basically like a anti-aircraft weapon.
But we're not really.
No.
Well, actually, Dobb's flying, but
Darby's flying. Yeah. And this is the other problem, is that we currently do not have any air defense. We cannot hit Darb.
So
without dispatches or the Lance launcher. We can now build the Lance launcher. We can. We can build the Lance launcher.
That needs some sauce.
That costs 6 as
so
well.
Maybe that's going to be wasting there. We could get a couple of dispatches for their air defense, but then there's no way to spend 9 if you buy 2 dispatches. We could get 1 dispatch. We could do like dispatch Aegis Battleborn. That's 9, or maybe Architect and turn that dispatch platform into a siege tower and then upgrade it.
There's messages in the chat. I have been looking at the chat, but I don't know if there's anything. If there is something important in the chat that we're doing wrong, then please let me know. I'm looking and I'm not seeing anything. But yeah, because there's a message to say, are we even reading the chat? It's hard to read a chat and run a stream and remember the rules and everything else. And I am looking at the chat.
We will read you, I promise. We have read you now, in fact.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing anything there to tell us that we're doing anything wrong. So if there is, please let us know. Right, anyway, 9 command points.
So yeah,
how much are we worried about Darb?
I suppose he's got his beefy attack upgrade. He's not very. It's just that he's flying, isn't it? He's got a lot of health.
Yeah.
And
now,
he's
flying means we can't attack him. But what about retaliation?
Ooh.
Do we hit him with retaliation? Flying. This unit can only be attacked by units or spires with air defense or flying. Other units may displace this unit. I think if Darb attacks us, I think we retaliate as normal.
Yeah, because it only says attacked.
Okay, thank you,
rather
Dan.
than be dealt damage. So.
Yeah, right.
So maybe we can. So I was thinking, if we got an architect, that is 4 and not a lot of damage, but we could get into this dispatch platform right next to the siege tower and upgrade it into a siege tower, and then on his next turn upgrade that siege tower.
Okay, and we got it right. The chat has confirmed retaliation is not an attack, so whenever Darb attacks Cram will retaliate.
Ooh, so if we can get some attack on Cram as well.
Yeah.
It's just we've got to get next to enemies to do that.
Cram is at his
he's promoted and he's fortified, but that's
okay.
We'll see if he keeps those fortifications. So get an architect, and then what have we got left? 5.
5.
So we could do dispatch Battleborn.
Dispatch Battleborn.
It's 2, or it's Aegis, a little bit more fighty, but wasting 1.
I like the dispatch. If we can maneuver it so that the dispatch can have a pop at Darb now and again, that would be great.
Yeah. So we probably, thinking about how they go out, if the architect went first, he would get to the tower on his second turn.
Right.
And he would have someone behind him, wouldn't he, to distract the Regal Lookout?
Yeah.
So I think maybe Pop the architect in front, get
Okay.
that going as soon as possible.
Architect on top.
And then maybe Battleborn next to tank the Regal Lookout and dispatch.
Yep.
Stay alive for
No
his
grouping.
air
Yes.
defensory.
Yep. That's good. I like that.
Okay, let me just grab the... I'll grab the burbs.
So yeah, so no grouping.
Harrier.
Yeah, so we have a Harrier, an upgraded Harrier on top on its own.
Yeah.
With 2 health. Then we have a group made up of an upgraded Joust, sorry, a promoted Joust, a promoted Harrier, and another promoted Harrier. So that stack has 4 health.
And then
we
Darb.
have no.
And then the Joust.
No. I think this is a question for the chat because a hero must go either at the top or the bottom of the stack. So although the instructions say to put the Joust on the bottom of the stack, I think Darb goes on the very bottom.
Okie doke.
Okay? Because the heroes must either go on the top or at the bottom. They can't go in the middle.
There we go. You can't even see that stack in the camera. Look at that.
Yeah, I got Darb. Darb on the bottom. And yeah, Darb, thankfully, because you've been rolling 5s and 6s for the whole game, Darb is actually not very well upgraded because one of the other event die results is that Darb gets an attack upgrade.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So the fact that you've been rolling the 5s and the 6s, although we've taken the punishment during the game, it means Darb has been sleeping rather than...
Those jousts I don't think have really done too much bad to us, really.
Mm-hmm.
I think the source they've earned us has far outweighed the damage we've taken.
So Diane's telling me that I have to break the rules of the game, so I am going to put the Joust on the bottom. Thank you, Diane. There we go. Darb is going in the middle. Right.
So Darb will slow Joust down.
Yeah. Well, no, Mark has confirmed. Yeah, I was just thinking that because
he flies, doesn't he? He just goes where he wants.
It's not going to matter. Yeah, it's actually not going to matter too much. Right, I think we're ready. Prep phase has been done. Off we go.
Right, so it's us.
Start of turn. Raise. Off we go then. We get 2 dice. Are we going for the minaret?
Oh yeah.
Are we going to go for it?
We've got 2, haven't we?
Okay.
So we just need to get at least 2, don't we?
You need to get at least 2. If we don't get 2, it bounces off.
It just does nothing. Come on, Siege Tower. 2.
2 damage. 1 chip off the bottom. There you go. Right. That's the start of turn effects. Okay, what are we going to do with Cram? Because at the moment he's in danger of getting bombed.
Oh yeah, I've
by
got
the
an
Elfin
Elfin
Kazi.
Kazi out. So the Elfin Kazi would just get rid of his fortifications and then he would heal. And no one would be anywhere near him.
We take 1 damage on the dispatch platform as well.
Oh, would we?
No, it's 2 damage.
Oh dear.
I think it's 2 damage.
Okay, well we don't want him. We don't want it
Blind
damaging.
bomb? No, but we could put him in the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah, and then attract it.
Yeah, just get it out of the way.
Yeah. Because then, if we can work it out so that he can get an upgrade again, we could then give him an attack.
So we could put Cram 3 spaces ahead of the fortress gate. Oh no! We'd have to put him.
Put him on that source well.
We'd have to put him on the road, on the path, because if we put him on the source well, he'll get hit by the spire.
Oh yeah, okay. The path behind the source well.
Path. No, the architect will then take 2 damage. In fact, even if we put him on the spire, the architect will still take 2 damage. Because
we could put him on the. We could put him right at the top, like in that forest. The tower would be in range of him still, but his chances are.
Yeah, he's probably not going to take much damage, is he?
He's not going to take a damage from it. And then the Elfin Kazi is lured
Do
away.
Well, so we'll charge Cram in, so he's on the forest with the source well, 2 spaces away from the Elfin Kazi.
Yes.
Okay. Reminder, unpromoted techs only have 2 movement. Techs. What does he mean by techs?
Text.
It's text, as in TECHS. Architects? Is that what he means?
Oh, yeah, the upgraded one
That's
moved
alright.
faster. Yeah, so
Yeah,
now
that's okay.
now the architect gets to hold everyone back. But yeah, we have worked it out at 2.
We're
Next turn he'll get to the tower he needs to be at
Yeah.
and upgrade it and do all of his good
So
stuff.
that moves there, that moves there, that moves there. Yeah, they are coming out in a line like that.
Ooh, the downside of, I suppose we can still buy an upgrade for it.
Yeah.
The downside of him upgrading this dispatch platform is that will we get the extra range from turning it into a siege tower?
Don't think so.
Because his upgrade is going to have to be range first, isn't it? And then upgrade his attack.
Yeah, promote an adjacent dispatch platform to a siege tower, keeping existing upgrades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay.
needs the range, but then until we can afford a second die, there's a chance he'll damage it with 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay.
Dispatch is being held back.
Yeah.
That's it for our turn.
Dispatch hasn't deployed yet. It's still in the fortress gate.
So the Elfinkazi would just go.
No. We've got the attack on the Spire attack on Cram.
Oh yes.
So the Regal Lookout attacks.
Here we go.
With 1 dice.
Nothing.
Hey. It missed. Right, now it is the Heir's turn, and the Elfinkazi comes out, can't get to a position where it would damage anything else. So it just blows up and takes the 2 fortification chips off Cram. Okay, Cram is down to 4 health with no upgrades. Right, now we have the Harrier. So the Harrier moves 1, 2, 3, 4. The Joust moves 1, 2, 3. Darby's flying and moves 2. So he goes on the path behind the Joust.
And then
the other Joust comes out and moves 1, displaces Darb, because Darb's flying and is a hero. So Darb actually moves back.
Oh, okay.
And then the Joust goes 2 and then 3.
Yep.
So the Joust is actually... It's moved its full 3 spaces.
Yeah, they're all the minarets surrounded.
Yes, the minaret is surrounded by Harriers and Jousts. Doesn't the Elfinkazi also damage its own tower? It's a good point, but the Elfinkazi could have moved here.
Yeah, I think it would fly. I think it would fly to not do that.
Yeah, but realistically, he says in a game like this, it would move to avoid damaging its own tower. But by the letter of the rules, are we allowed to let it damage its own tower?
Because it hasn't got an AI.
No.
What's the ability called?
So yeah, Matthew is saying it could get in a position where it wasn't. It could.
What does it say?
Yeah, what does it say?
That's its movement. It will use its movement to get adjacent to an opposing hero. Otherwise, it doesn't move. Oh, that's just that one, which is the one that makes it explode.
So Mark is saying it only moves to maximise damage. Yeah. So I think you're right. I think we can.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it loses 2 upgrades. Thank you. Well, that's changed things a bit.
Yeah. It just says get adjacent.
Yeah. Okay.
So is that 2 chips off the
2 chips.
tower?
Oh no.
Or is it just the bottom chip. One? Yeah.
It's 1 chip because it's 2 damage, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just as if someone had shot it for 2.
Yeah.
And it just takes 1 off. That's still good.
Still good. We like that. Right. Our spires attack. We don't have any spires within range. They attack. They don't have anything to attack. It's back to us.
So siege tower.
Siege tower. 2 more dice on the minaret.
Come on. Oh no, that's 1.
1 damage?
Yep. 1 and a nothing.
Okay. Right. What are we doing with Cram?
So Cram would get Harried if he stays where he is.
He would. Which would be 1 damage, then he'd kill a Harrier. But then the Joust would come in and... Yeah.
Yeah, he probably... Where would the Harrier would be? The Harrier would move its 4
The Harrier
and
would
still
move
be
its
adjacent
4,
to him, and the
still be
Joust would
adjacent
attack
to
as
him.
well.
and the Joust would attack as well.
Yeah.
We'd retaliate against the Harrier and kill it,
Yeah.
and then we'd get an upgrade.
Probably, yeah. It's not as exciting just because he would take the damage from both of them.
I'm a little
But I
nervous
suppose he
just because we've got Darb coming in.
Yeah, I think we should probably back him off.
2 spaces onto the path,
Yeah.
or just 1 onto the source well.
Yeah.
Because the range.
The Regal Lookout's lost its range.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Okay.
next turn, if he can stay there, he'll start to heal.
Right. So Architect moves 2, Battleborn moves 2, Dispatch moves 2.
So, are we turning this into a siege tower?
I think so.
This is ability, so it just stays as it is, and then next turn, yeah, we haven't got any source, have we, to do a
We
limited
just do it
build?
now. We just
to
flip it
upgrade
over.
Yeah, so we turn it into a siege tower, and then next turn he can
So
upgrade
the
it.
Architect goes back to the supply. We've lost him. Back
Oh
to the
yeah, he's
barrack.
not upgraded, is he? He just gets
No.
one thing.
But that's fine.
We can do it with a limited build, can't we? If we get enough source.
Yep, that's good. Right. There you go. No glide bombs. Harrier moves 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Joust moves 3. 1, 2, 3. The other Joust moves 3. 1, 2, 3.
Where does Darb go?
Okay.
Does he goes
Well, we
towards
could have
Cram,
chosen
doesn't
to move Darb before or afterwards. I think we move him afterwards. And yeah, his target,
It's
his
Cram.
mark is Cram.
So he'd
So I
just move
think-
along the path, wouldn't he?
He moves along the path. Yep. Right. So their quick strike goes first, but they don't have anything to attack. So our spires fire,
Oh, nice.
and we have the
So-
siege tower in range of the Harrier, and we have the other siege tower.
Does that so the siege tower gets to raise
Yeah.
a tower at the start and
Yeah.
then be a normal tower? That's really good.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So we
Right
can
then.
we can kill that Harrier pretty
yeah,
much.
surely. So
Yeah. So
weaker
one
siege
dice
tower,
followed
2
by 2
damage.
dice.
Boom.
There you go. Dead. We get a source. Got 1. Okay. Right. That's it. Our turn. Raise Tastic.
Okay.
So first
yes.
siege tower on the minaret because it's 2 dice, but then I would do the other siege tower on the Regal Lookout.
It
Oh no,
can't
it can't.
reach.
It's out of range. No, so just
No.
just 1 siege tower on the minaret.
Oh, I'm still on the dice. Let's see. 2 dice.
2 dice.
Oh, 1 and nothing again.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
right. So movement.
So Cram is safe there, isn't he?
Yeah.
If he just stays there, Darb isn't coming anywhere near, and he'll heal.
Mhm.
Battle
I've
Ball, we've
moved
got,
the Battleborn and the
yeah, we've
Dispatch up.
got no choice on those guys.
Yeah.
And they're not in range of anything anyway. That's it,
Sure.
isn't it?
Cram stays where he is
Cram.
and heals up to 5.
Here we go.
Okay. Next turn. The Joust goes 1, 2, 3. The other
Puts himself
Joust
in
goes 1,
good
2,
range of stuff.
Yeah. And Darb goes.
Just carry along. What would he go on these stones, actually?
He'd go into the mountains.
Yeah.
No, actually, it's the same. It's the same distance. So
Is it up to us if it's the same?
it's up to us. Yeah, I think put him on the path.
Yeah. So they don't get to attack anything, and they get attacked.
I'm just thinking of our dispatch. No, it's not going to matter because he'd have gone by then. So yeah, if we put Darb here, I think we're allowed to do that.
On the path, is that?
On the path, behind
Yeah.
the Regal Lookout.
Yep. So
So they don't have anything to attack, but our spires can attack them. Oh, it's a shame we didn't have that splash.
yeah, actually, we might be worse off upgrading that into a siege tower.
Yeah, it's not been good
So-
for us.
What do we reckon? We can attack either one of them.
I
If we
think
attack
go
the one
for the
behind,
one-
it would all be gone. But there is a big stack to get through in the one at the front, isn't
I
there?
think go for the front one.
Yeah. So
2 dice from the siege tower. Onto the one at the front.
that's going to be 2.
2 damage. Okay, it's got 2 health left. And 1 dice from the other siege tower.
Come on, 2.
Come on, 2.
1.
to 1. Okay, so the joust at the front has 1 health left. Okay. The problem is with these miniatures, they kind of block a bit of the view of what's going on, but hopefully
Yeah.
I've got the camera at such an angle you can just about make out what's going on.
Yeah,
I can always switch to the top view.
A couple of spaces that they stand in. It's
Yeah.
not great, but most of the other
Oops.
times you can see them.
So that was ours attacking them. They don't have any attacks. So that's the end of the turn.
Yeah.
So our
Yep.
turn. Siege time.
Oh, yes.
Off we go again.
Minaret, come on.
Gotta get it this time.
1-0.
Again?
Yep.
3 times on the run. Oh dear. Right. So Battleborn moves 2. Dispatch moves 2.
What are we doing with Krang? He's only got 2 attack.
Leaving him where he is.
Yeah, because Daub's not going to get to him yet.
We still only have 1 source, so we can't do any upgrades
Yeah,
yet.
we want him. I suppose he can run up and kill that joust, but then the other joust is right next to him to take a health away, but Daub wouldn't be able to get to him. Oh, actually, he would, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would.
Oh no, because that joust would move there. That joust would move there. Yeah, Daub would be able to get there. Yeah, maybe stays where he is and heals.
What's underneath the front joust? A Harrier. Yeah. Are you thinking of moving Cram onto the tent? The source well where the tent is?
Yeah, he could take that joust out.
Yeah. There would be no retaliation.
But then
Oh, he might get hit by the Regal Lookout and the Minaret.
I'm just thinking that.
Yeah, that's probably
Oh
too
yeah,
dangerous.
they would start attacking, and next turn the Harrier would be next to the Battleborn. The joust
Yeah.
would be right behind him. That's a 2-space gap for Daub to just run right in.
Yeah, no. So Cram stay
Stay where
he
he is and heal.
and heal.
And now he's at his 6. That's
He's
where
at
he's at his
6.
most dangerous.
We don't have any attacks, so that's it. That is our go done.
So got
Right.
joust.
Joust moves 3. 1, 2, 3. The other joust moves 3. 1, 2, 3. And Darb moves 2. And there is now just a forest in between Darb and Cram the Mighty. Okay, so what is the joust going to attack?
Oh yeah, what's their
Remind us of their priorities on attacking.
hero?
Is
They
it-
can defeat. Spire. They can defeat.
It spires before
Minion.
the-
They can defeat. So defeat first. I don't think they can defeat anything.
Nope, nothing.
So
they
then
can defeat.
it's
Spires.
Spire. It can damage before minion. Yeah, unfortunately.
So our
Oh,
siege
no,
tower
that's
eight
really
loses
bad.
2 upgrades. Not that it was doing anything anyway.
Yeah, they wouldn't have stopped. Yeah, it's not fortified. The
Nope.
what's it would have just done that anyway.
Yeah.
Even
So
if we
both
made
of
them
our siege
Harriers.
towers are now down to 1 attack and 1 range.
Andre, the game does come with solo setups. It comes with a ton. That's what we're doing now.
So-
We're doing like the first main one, the first non-tutorial one.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to. I can't seem to rotate this book properly. There we go. It's
whole
a
book.
fairly thick scenario book, and then I imagine each of the factions. I've only opened Grige,
There's
but
3
you know,
scenarios for
you get a new
each
faction.
Yeah.
And they come with new scenarios, and there is a co-op book as well.
Yeah.
That you can play through scenarios with, and then you can play the game PvP if you like.
There's a lot of content. Right.
There is a ton.
So it's our spires attacking them.
So sad about that siege tower.
Yeah. What are we going to do?
So, attack the one at the front for some
Get revenge.
source.
Yeah,
So that's going to be 1.
that's enough. So the joust dies. We get 2 source, and it is revealed a Harrier, an upgraded Harrier. And then we can have 1 attack on the joust at the back.
And that's going to be nothing.
Okay. Right.
Come on, towers.
So our go. Our raise, unfortunately, doesn't do anything now. Unless... No. No, we need to save our source until we can do 2 upgrades on it at the same time, which will cost us 7.
Yeah, I suppose we don't want to. We don't want to waste a. a build action just to put a range on it. Because is it 1 in 6 that you'll roll a 2?
Yeah.
It's also 1 in 6 that you'll miss, but we've rolled that every time.
Exactly. So I don't think I mean,
Yeah,
what we're going to do about Darb? Darby's going to move in. He's going to hit us for 2, but we're armoured, so we only take 1.
I think we've got to just let Darb kill himself on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Cram's got 6 health.
Paul says he feels Darb's going to be a problem. I don't think he is. Now, the last time I played this scenario, Darb was on like 4 attack by this point.
What does Dodge do?
Oh, yeah.
Is that if we attack him?
Oh, is Darb upgraded?
If damage from a retaliating unit would defeat this unit, reduce the damage to 0, and do not retaliate, remove all upgrades, and make it basic, keeping its current health. Okay, so it's got like a last stand thing, and then it would die. Okay. I mean, I'm assuming the standard side hasn't got dodge. No, it hasn't.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, he's upgraded.
So yeah, I think Dobb's just gonna kill himself.
I think he is.
Which sounds about right against Cram the Mighty.
But do we want to move Cram back a little bit, just so that we can rush back into the fortress gates if something goes wrong? Like, just move it 1 onto the path.
Oh yeah, because he can move 3, can't he? Yeah,
he can move 3.
He can't heal anymore, so we might as well.
No.
Yeah.
So if we put Cram here,
just
then
on the
he's
path.
3 spaces away from the fortress gate.
He can run straight back in.
I think that'll work. Right.
Yes.
So we're all done. We've moved. There are no enemy spires that can attack us. So the Battleborns hit the Harrier.
Yep. For
okay, we do
solitary
1
damage, but the dispatch also.
Yeah.
We might as well also target the Harrier and.
Oh yeah, so we target the Harrier with the dispatch first, and then when we attack it with the Battleborn, we don't get any retaliation.
Oh, nice, yeah. That's better.
So we get another source. We are on 4. That's another Harrier down. Okay, that's both of our units attacked, and that is our go finished. So, bad guys. Now, the Harrier doesn't move.
Oh yeah, does the joust?
I think the joust moves here. If we want it to make a lateral movement, we can.
Yeah.
It can't progress.
Because then he can't attack the siege tower?
Then he can't attack the siege tower.
Nice.
It's a bit cheaty, but it's good. It works. Diane's saying still retaliate. I don't think it does. I don't think it retaliates. If Darb can't damage Cram, I think his attack priority changes to the gate.
He can damage Cram.
He can damage him because he's doing 2 attack.
But he's just doing 1 armor. Yeah. He's just doing 1 damage at a time and taking 2 back.
Yeah.
And he's got less health than Cram.
So Diane is saying that the trick with using up the retaliation with ranged really doesn't work. If it doesn't, I've been getting the entire rules for retaliation wrong. So yeah, if Mark can confirm that, if Mark is still here, I don't know why it doesn't work, because let us know why it doesn't work, because that's the way that we've played it. Can we get the other angle back? We can absolutely get that right.
I think maybe I think in any other situation, if Cram didn't have armor, and if Darb did 1 more damage, we would be scared of it. But just the fact that he hasn't had any upgrades, makes him a bit rubbish. Right.
Well, I will let Diane and Mark discuss the retaliation thing that just happened, because we had a Harrier. I'll just go to the other view for a minute. We had a Harrier here.
Does retaliation happen if you kill the thing?
No.
Oh yes.
We're not saying. No, we're not saying retaliation is used up by hitting it from range. The Battleborn killed it. Yeah, the second damage from the Battleborn killed it. So we weren't using up the retaliation. It didn't retaliate because it was dead. But there were 2 Harriers, so I got rid of the top one, and then there was another one that appeared. So that's what happened. Yeah. So it may be because I took the Harrier off and there was another Harrier that you didn't see that it was a different Harrier, but the attack from the Battleborn actually killed the Harrier that was there. So yeah.
Yeah.
Right, now I see what you mean by ranged attack doesn't use it up. Yeah. Where are we up to? Is there go?
Yes, they've
Yes.
yeah, Joust just moved, and then
And we
Darb
cheaply
is going to
moved the
move
Joust
to
there.
Darb's going to move to Cram.
Darb is going to move to Cram. So the Harrier attacks
And
and
attacks
does 2 damage to the Battleborn.
Does he attack the tower though?
Oh, sorry, yes, he does.
Poor siege tower.
It's all right. Yeah, so that's the
It's
range.
one day
one.
from retirement.
Oh dear.
Joust can't
Okay.
do nothing. And then Darb
Darb
his-
hits us for 2, which
Reduce
one of
to
which
1.
gets through, and then we hit him back for 2. There you go. So we swat him as he comes down and flies towards us.
And Darby's just going to stand there round after round,
Yeah.
doing that to himself.
Yeah, he did not. He's yeah, dumb bird. Doesn't understand maths. Okay, our go. Our siege towers are not.
Our towers, yeah. Oh, so yeah,
so-
siege tower can attack the Harrier, can't it?
Oh, sorry, it can. Yeah, this siege tower.
Yeah, both
of them.
can.
Both can. Yep.
So let's let the puniest one
Yep.
have a go. 1 damage,
1 damage. Done.
and
The other one.
the other one, nothing. Ugh. There was no point building these siege towers.
Well, it's fine because the Battleborn's going to get rid of it.
yeah.
So that's actually quite good for us. So on our go, our raise ability doesn't work. The Battleborn doesn't move. The Dispatch doesn't move. Cram the Mighty doesn't
no.
move.
And if he doesn't move or attack, he heals, doesn't he?
He heals.
So even better.
Even better. Right, okay. So either the Battleborn or the Dispatch attack the Harrier. It doesn't matter. We kill it. And it doesn't retaliate because it's dead. We get another source. We're on 5. 5 is 2 upgrades. We're getting there.
So, just thinking the one that's got 2 upgrades already.
It would cost
So it would
7
cost
to put
3,
2
then
more
4.
on it.
That's
Yeah.
what we need, isn't it?
That's what
To
we need.
start attacking the minaret
Which
against
we'll
7.
get when the joust goes.
Yeah.
Right.
I would say, in response to chat, there's loads of like me and Paul are playing through this one scenario, but there are 3 objectives to be done here.
Yeah.
We're probably not going to do them. It counts as a win if you do one,
Yeah.
and you get your renown, and you can carry on to other scenarios and stuff. But you can keep coming back here and trying to do the other ones. Try and be a monster and do all 3 of them. But
I mean,
yeah,
the other
just because
thing as well is that roll that we made at the start off camera, but there was a roll that we made at the start that slightly altered the setup of this game by swapping these 2 towers over.
yeah,
The game is very different from that what seemingly minor change. It's very different.
yeah.
So
And there's nothing to say that you have to like go for siege towers or
no, that's one way of doing it.
And like we were saying earlier, Darb could have been completely powered up.
Yeah.
He could have been getting an attack upgrade every
Mhm.
wave before now.
Yeah.
So just with this one scenario, there's a load going in.
There's a
I feel
lot
like-
of variability with this one scenario.
Yeah. And even if you're just considering it just solo and co-op, I don't really care that it's got a PvP mode.
No.
I'm never going to play that ever.
No.
And
It's good though.
Yeah. I can imagine it's great if
It
you
is
would
great.
like to fight each other, but
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't.
2v2 is the best.
oh
Spent
yeah.
all day once playing a 2v2 game, and it was one of the best gaming experiences I've ever had. Okay, so it's their go. The joust
Joust.
moved 1. Oh, wait a minute. We're going to lose the tower.
I don't think it was going to get upgraded.
We could have upgraded it on our turn, just to stop it dying now.
Would we be better off though just paying 6 at the start of wave 4
Oh, to get 3 upgrades.
and it will come back fully?
Oh, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. So the
Sorry,
joust
Siege
moves
Tower.
4. Yeah. See, if this was a PvP game, we wouldn't do that because the
Yeah.
enemy's going to get 5 source for doing it. So the joust moves here. Darb doesn't move. The joust kills the siege tower because it's got quick strike, so it can go. That quick strike is nasty.
Yeah.
Very nasty.
And he's never had a chance really to do Fury Kick either.
No.
Or Eager.
No. He's going to.
Because he's not attacking.
Yeah, he's going to. Just not
Yeah.
yet. Well, will he?
I don't
No,
know if
might
he'll get
not.
a chance.
Right. Darb
Yeah,
attacks
because
us.
he keeps attacking the tower and not a minion.
We take a damage. Darb takes 2. Darb is down to 1 health. Stupid Darb. Our siege tower attacks the joust for 1 dice.
Oh, siege tower. Oh. It does 1.
1 damage. Okay. Our go.
So nothing
Cram
moves.
just stay where he is.
Yeah, Cram will heal that health back.
So Cram stays where he is. Just our units here don't move.
No, we haven't got enough.
No. So
Yeah,
the
we haven't got
dispatch
enough
attacks for
upgrading
1.
yet.
The Battleborn attacks for 1. And then we take 2 damage back. So the Battleborn is on 1 health. The Joust is on 1 health. Okay. Their turn.
Yeah, they just stay where they are. Joust
Stay where they are.
kills the Battleborn.
Well, no, because now we get the Fury Kick in the Eager.
Oh, yes, so he swaps places with the
We actually get
Battleborn.
it now. He
And
swaps
then
places
attacks
with the
both of
Battleborn,
us.
and then attacks both of them because of the Fury Kick.
So they both take 2, but
So they
then
both take 2.
the Joust gets...
Now, who retaliates?
I'd say the Battleborn gets killed, so it doesn't
Battleborn is
retaliate.
killed. It says only the target unit retaliates. Interesting.
Oh, okay. So
With
the
no
so no
retaliation.
retaliation.
No retaliation. Nice.
Oh well, the siege tower. Hopefully, there's a 5 in
not-
6 chance that siege tower can
Yeah.
take it out.
Yeah.
And that's Darb. Oh, Darb isn't quick, is he? Tower.
Darby's not quick.
Come on. There we go. 1 damage.
Joust is gone.
And
We
is
get
that
2 source.
that's our 7
That's
source?
our 7. Okay. Right.
So then Darb.
I'm
Does
just
his-
checking. I'm just checking the chat. Is there anything? Yeah, there's a few discussions going on, which is an interesting discussion, and I can see why. If an AI unit cannot damage its mark, would it then go for another mark? And that's the conversation going on in the chat now. It doesn't apply to us, but we need to be aware that all opposing minions have gone. But no, there's still a hero left. So yeah, no campfire mode yet. I said I'd talk about campfire mode, and it hasn't actually cropped up yet. So yeah,
Yeah, I think at worst, Darb is going to do 1 damage to our fortress and then get killed by it.
yeah. Well, is he? Is he not just going to
Yeah,
keep
I
attacking
think-
Cram, or
I
is that
think-
the thing
I
we're
think-
talking about?
I think the conversation seems to be once he only has 1 attack,
Yeah.
he cannot damage Cram, so would his priority then turn to the fortress?
Yeah.
And Cram
I don't
can't attack him.
think so, but that's the discussion in the chat.
Come
So,
on, Dispatch, get a move on. Get around and attack that Darb.
Yeah, that's what we want to do.
He's so many turns away and he's got to survive a minaret and a regal lookout to do that.
So where are we up to? That was their turn.
Yes. So Darb, we haven't done retaliate on Darb, have we?
Didn't we? Have we not done Darb's attack? No, we haven't.
No, Cram's still sitting on 6 health.
Right, so Darb attacks
he
us,
takes
we go down to
damage.
5.
And then Darb keeps
retaliate
his
with
1.
2.
Darb keeps his 1 health.
Yeah,
He loses his upgrade.
yeah.
And he flips back to his standard side.
So he's now just flying with 1 health.
Yes.
And as you say, Darb can now not hurt Cram. At all.
No.
So I think the rules as written are that Darb would keep attacking Cram, but I absolutely agree it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. If it says somewhere, there's probably some kind of priority thing somewhere else about if it can't damage something. I haven't got that in front of me, though.
No, I think
So I have no idea.
From what I'm reading in the chat, that seems to be a logical way that it works, but that's not the way it works in the rules. And I think Mark is saying, yeah.
Yeah, it's either going to just stand there and keep attacking Cram,
And doing nothing for the entire game.
and the round will never end. Well,
round will never,
it ends
ever
when
end.
there's no minions, doesn't it?
That's
So
true, yes.
It can end with Darb still there.
Well, the dispatch is going to get round and kill Darb.
I
might
don't
not,
think
'cause
that's
we
going to
might get-
happen.
we might-
The dispatch is going to instantly die.
Okay, so our go. Are we going
Uh,
to spend our 7 source?
Yes, let's upgrade this siege tower.
Right.
So it's not going to get to go until next turn,
No, I
is
think
it?
it will. because this is all start of turn. I think, let me just check the turn sequence. Can we do the limited build and then use the raise? Start of turn, check if campfire mode triggers, use limited build option. There's the question for the chat. Yeah, there is the question in the chat. Can we do the limited build option and put on, and in fact, I think we should put the attack on the bottom.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Okay. And can we then attack with it?
With its 2 range, there's still a chance.
There's still a chance.
It can hurt the minaret.
Diane says yes, you can. Right, so we get 2 dice on the minaret.
Here we go.
Come on, Tom. You've been practicing. I've got confidence.
2.
Yes.
Oh, it was just that other siege tower was just a dud.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get our money back on that one. Right, dispatch moves 2. Cram doesn't move or attack, so he gets
the heals.
And then the minaret attacks the dispatch for 2 attack dice.
Oh, yes. 2.
Red.
Boom. Sorry, dispatch. I'm just
Okay,
looking at the.
so,
I'm looking at the. I'm looking to see how the conversation is turning out.
Yeah, so the conversation is Darb won't attack Cram. It's a new rule in the new rule book.
So will he just stand there?
No, I think it. Well,
will he walk towards the fortress gate? I don't really mind. I'm sick of the sight of him.
Rule? I think for now, let's say that it's going to attack the fortress gate. But I would like to talk about. I would like to find out in the book where it actually is that it wouldn't attack.
The wave is ending either way, isn't it? With or without him.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, in fact, yeah. There's no minions. So that's it. The wave's ended. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah,
it would be somewhere in the.
Movement.
It would be somewhere in all of that, where those tables are. I guess was that page 13, 14, if anyone.
Yeah, let us know where it is. But for now,
rules digging.
For now, we're going on to wave 4.
4.
So roll the event die because you might get an upgrade on Darb.
Oh no. Oh yeah, then he's going to kill himself.
Then he's going to kill himself. Brilliant.
Please upgrade yourself, Darb. Oh wait, that isn't a D6. That's just an attack die. Get ready for a 5 or 6. Oh, it didn't go in the. It didn't go in the dice tray, but I'm having it. It's 3.
The 3. What's the 3 mean?
I don't know. I haven't. 3 is. Oh, that's add a fortify to the bottom of 2 of their spires. So should we do not the minaret?
Yeah, not the minaret. We'll put it on there, and we'll put it on there. Okay, because we are going for a 1 renown victory. Right, market phase. We have no source. So no. I'll do the market, and then we won't buy anything. There we go. Have 3 random chips. Done. So build phase.
Oh, they're getting something new.
Yeah, they are getting an attack chip to the bottom of an air spire of our choice. Should we put it on the one at the back?
High rise? Yeah, the one at the back, yeah.
Now, here's the bad thing. The heirs construct a minaret spire on a source well of our choice, which means we have to kill it. So, do we want it here, right next to us?
Next to our siege tower?
I was thinking next to Cram.
Oh, yeah?
And then Cram just kills it.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I think we'll have it there. Thank you very much. So, yeah, they get a minaret one there.
They're not so scary, a standard minaret.
Yeah. Right, we have 11 command points. Now, they are going to get some nasty units in the 4th wave. Oh, gosh.
There's names I don't recognise.
I've never seen before.
So, some simple piles, though. Harrier.
Yeah, that's the easy bit.
There it is. 2. And for once, not a joust on the bottom.
No. So, they have a Windrush, which has got 5 health and transport, and a Royal Talon. So the Windrush is not upgraded, and the Royal Talon is not upgraded. Oh, sorry, not promoted. So the Windrush has transport, which means the talent does not trigger for AI units. Oh, okay. So transport doesn't have any effect for AI units.
But assault.
Assault.
It's horrible.
That damages spires, doesn't it?
Damage. Take the bottom upgrade off before dealing damage.
Yeah, okay. And then the Royal Talon is flying with 3 attack.
Right.
And it's got 5 health. So and the thing is, the Windrush is grouped with the Royal Talon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right then. So we haven't got any source, so we don't have to worry about any towers or anything.
Nope.
Let's so we've got 11.
We've got 11.
So again, it feels very risky just taking a Forsaken out there. Source Siege is nice, but it's only, I don't know, it just doesn't seem very cost effective.
I'm worried about the Royal Talon with flying.
Yeah, we
So we
definitely need some air defense.
2 dispatches.
Yeah.
That's 6.
And then
And a Source Siege.
we've only got
No,
11.
we've got 11.
So 2 dispatches, we're going to waste some, unless we go dispatch Source Siege Battleborn. But then that seems like it'd be a waste. Like the Battleborn is just kind of there, isn't it? It's just in the way. It's there to be in the way. Forsaken, I don't think it's going to be useful. Aegis would be nice, but they haven't got. They're tanky, but they haven't got airstrike, have they?
Mm-hmm.
And like Aegis dispatch would be 11, but that would be all of our air defense just in 1 dispatch.
Yeah.
We still got the retaliation and stuff, I suppose. How much does a Royal Talon do? 3.
Well, the Royal Talon won't go for Cram. The Royal Talon will go for the Fortress Gate.
Yeah. Oh, it just goes straight for the gate.
Yeah.
Okay.
It attacks 3 and then
so
takes 1 back.
retaliation isn't going to work.
1 back. Yeah, the Royal Talon is going to be the absolute pain for us because we cannot hit it because we haven't got any lance launchers.
Yeah, we need to kill things and get.
We need to kill things to get some source.
And get a. What do you face? A dispatch platform.
Yeah.
Or. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems massive to spend 4 CP to get an architect just to build a dispatch platform. But that hasn't got air defense, has it? It's a lance launcher we need. That's 6. So forget the architect.
Mm-hmm.
So we could go like 2 dispatches and an Aegis, and that's someone with armor.
That's 10.
They're moving slowly, aren't they? Though. Or 11 would be Source Siege Dispatch Battleborn.
We also need to protect this siege tower.
Yeah.
Because the siege tower needs to take out this minaret. And as soon as we start losing upgrades from it, we're in trouble. I think we need to get Cram.
Yeah, he's got to get in the thick of it.
He's got to get in there. Yeah.
He's still armored, and he needs to do some fights so he can get.
Oh, he can get some upgrades.
Get his upgrades.
Yeah.
It's like, does killing Dob in retaliation? Dob's not going to attack him, is he?
Dob's not going to. No. I think he will. So the conversation that's going on in the chat, I am reading it, and Mark is exactly right. Attack priority and mark are 2 different things. So the mark here. Dob's mark for this scenario is Cram. Right? That's it. Yeah. Full stop. Attack priority is when a unit has multiple choices, which one it will attack. So it will attack the Fortress Gate in preference to Cram. But the point is, Dob's mark is Cram. Full stop for this scenario. Dob is going for Cram. That's it. There is nothing in the scenario that says if Dob is ever in a position where he can't attack Cram, then he'll go for something else. That's just not written.
Yeah.
So I think we're doing it absolutely right.
Yeah, because that's our loss condition as well, isn't it? As soon as Cram's dead, we lose.
It's so just an unusual situation because Dob never got his attack upgraded at all, and yeah. So I think at the start of next turn, Dob is going to attack Cram
and die.
And die.
And does that count as Cram killing him and he gets an upgrade?
Yeah.
For doing that, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So Mark, let me know if you think that's what's going to happen.
So
let's have a look at the attack priority stage again. No, it won't attack. So in the AI attack unit priority, it is opposing hero that it can damage. It can't damage. So you're right, it won't attack.
okay.
Yeah. So So his mark is still Cram, but he will not attack because in the AI attack unit priority, it is hero. It can damage. It can't damage. Therefore, it won't attack. So he'll just stay there, flying around his head for the whole scenario.
Does it know that he's armored though?
Yeah. It can't damage it. That otherwise it would just say an opposing hero that it can attack.
Yeah.
It specifically says that it can damage. It's all right because we're going to kill it anyway. We're going to move a dispatch up to here and we're going to kill it. So it's kind of
yeah. I mean, it would have been better.
Yeah.
For Crown to get the dispatches don't get their lovely upgrades, but with nothing we can do about it. So I'm just looking there for Forsaken have got that assault as well. But would they even get there? We'd just I think we'd just roll.
It's so risky.
I think we'd just roll unruly all the time.
No, he does.
So yeah, the options are 2 dispatches and an Aegis, or a Source Siege, a dispatch, and a Battleborn. I think. I don't think we should waste that CP on an Architect. Well, it's not a waste, but
yeah,
I don't know. I just feel like we should have units out there.
So 2 dispatches and
2 dispatches and an Aegis, or
is 10.
we can do dispatch, Source Siege, Battleborn, and that would be 11. It's just that Battleborn.
Well, Source Siege
probably
needs
not going to
transport.
do anything.
Yeah, I think 2 dispatches and an Aegis.
Yeah,
I think it's good. Right, where are we going to put them? Dispatch on top, obviously, to get rid of Darb.
Yeah. And should we? It's just if we group the other dispatch underneath the Aegis, it will protect it. But what if it protects it for too long?
Yeah. Yeah, because then the dispatch is too far near the end, and it's gone past the Royal Talon. I think dispatch, Aegis, dispatch.
Yeah.
But that no groups.
Good. No groups this game.
No groups this game at all. Right. What are we saying about the chat then? It's a really interesting discussion. Is Darb going to attack Cram?
We only want to know because we would really like Cram to get an upgrade.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. We are done. We're all ready. They're all set. And it is their go next.
Yes.
So they go first in round 4. And off we go. So Darb isn't going to move. We know that. The Windrush moves 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the Harrier moves 3. Okay. So yes. Have we decided in the chat whether Darb is attacking Cram or not? We could take a vote. Yeah, I mean, it does say marks, Darb, Cram the Mighty, attack priority, Cram the Mighty. So in other words, if he was next to Cram and the gate, he would attack Cram.
Yeah.
It's just the AI attack priority on page 14. I mean, it does say they must attack if they have a valid target, but it's not fitting into any of the 10 thing. Reread the marks section in the scenario. Yeah, I've read that. It says, Cram the Mighty, stroke opposing fortress gate. So Yeah, it's interesting actually because it says Cram the Mighty opposing Fortress Gate. Why does it say opposing Fortress Gate? Because if Cram the Mighty dies, you lose the game already.
Yeah.
You lose the game immediately.
Yeah, that's the only thing. If yeah, I suppose that's the thing that leads it towards maybe he just marches past him now because it says that opposing faction gate. Whereas if he only ever went to Cram the Mighty, why wouldn't they just delete all of that other text?
Yeah. So I think what we're going to do, just to move on, we're going to say that Darby's intelligent, and he realizes that if he attacks Cram, he's going to die. So he flies 2 to here. Okay. Yeah, we'll say that. And then he attacks.
He's still gonna.
Yeah. He attacks our spire, kills the spire, or knocks the range upgrade off it.
Oh, Cram.
No, Darb.
Oh, what? Will he attack our spire?
I think so.
Oh, because he's next. He can still be next to Cram and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Which tower is this?
Oh, it's if we return Cram to the fortress.
Oh yeah, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, but if we did, that's why Darb would then go for the fortress instead of Cram, if Cram wasn't there.
Oh, I get you. That's why
Yeah,
the text is there. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's just going to stand there, isn't he? And just...
Yeah, we're gonna stand him there.
He's just not going to attack Cram, then.
Yeah, we'll do that.
There.
We'll say he doesn't attack Cram.
Yes, we
we'll
will
get
just
an official ruling.
We will forego the upgrade for now,
Yeah.
and just Dispatch comes out.
And we will get an official ruling on that later on.
He's going to have to deal with the minaret first. But is then...
Yep. So that moves to there. That moves to there.
Actually, we can just say the minaret attacks Cram, can't we?
We can, but are we going?
Actually, it's got priority though, hasn't it?
It goes for a hero. Yeah, it would go for a hero first. So if we move Cram to right in front of the Regal Lookout.
Yeah. Oh, it will start doing damage to it. And
or do we just leave Cram where he is and get rid of this minaret?
And hold up the Windrush. If Cram does what you just said,
yeah,
the minaret could still attack him and he could absorb that damage.
Yeah.
The Regal Lookout, maybe he'd absorb that damage, I don't know. But wouldn't he then be standing in the way of the Windrush, which is what we want?
In fact, we can go one better. We can actually move through Darb, because Darb is flying.
Where we go?
Yeah.
Where's Darb? Oh yeah, Darb's on this other side.
He's here. So
yeah.
So because flying, you can move through a flying unit and displace it.
Yeah.
I think Cram can actually go forward onto Darb base, then forward to the Regal Lookout, and then one to the left, and end up next to the lake.
Oh yeah, even better. Because then he's not in the range of the... Oh, he is in the range of the minaret as well. But there's nothing we can do about that.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be in the range of... So he's got to take...
So Darb actually ends up...
He's going to take a lot of tower shots now.
He is. But I think
unless we say that one attacks the dispatch, I guess, but...
So he's going to get hit by the Regal Lookout, the minaret...
And the minaret. Shall we do the
other minaret?
Yeah, because we haven't got a choice, have we? They'll
And
prioritise. They'll prioritise.
That won't do any damage. That won't do any damage, or hopefully won't do any damage. The Windrush won't do any damage.
Okay, he might have to run out of this, but
I
let's
think
see.
it'd be fine. I think it'd be fine.
Minaret, 2 dice.
Hang on, Darb is displaced by Cram's first movement. So Darb ends
so he's
up
next to the dispatch.
Next to the dispatch, yeah, on the space with the barbed wire, where Cram started.
Yep.
Okay.
So the minaret on Cram gets about time 1 and nothing.
So the big minaret bounces off Cram's armor. Right.
The Regal Lookout.
Yep.
1, so nothing.
Yep. And the other minaret.
The mini minaret, nothing.
Excellent.
There we go. So
our attacks.
Our attacks now. We haven't done our siege tower.
Oh, we didn't. Do you want to do the siege tower?
Here we go. 2.
Okay. There you go. Thank you. All that excitement. We've got to do the siege
Here we
tower.
go. Things are finally coming up, Millhouse.
Right. So, is the dispatch going to kill Darb?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get. let's
There you go.
let's
No
put him
more
out of his
rules questions
misery.
about Garb. Garb
He's
is
gone. When we get one massive source
Got
for
the source
that.
for And Cram the Mighty attacks the Regal Lookout. Yep.
Yep. Takes its fortification out.
Take the fortification chip off the Regal Lookout. Right, there we go. Whew.
This is actually perfect because he's just in their way.
Yeah,
And
this is good.
the Harrier can't attack him, and the
Nope.
Windrush, neither can the Windrush.
Yeah.
Until he kills the Windrush, and then
Yeah.
then
Okay.
things are going to go wrong.
So the Windrush moves and goes 1-2. Then the Harrier moves and goes 1-2. The Windrush attacks Cram and does no damage.
Takes 2 back.
It takes 2 back, down to 3 health. And that's it.
Yep.
So our turn. Siege Tower.
Keep attacking the big minaret.
Yep. 1 more fortification chip.
There we go. There's 2. Oh, so
Okay.
that's the last.
That's the last of the
I think I
fortification
put
chips
one too
gone.
many on there. Right.
Okay. Next.
Dispatch
moves 2.
moves.
The Aegis moves 2. The other dispatch moves 2.
So those
So that-
dispatches can take out the minaret.
Minaret's gone. Yeah. Cram. What are we doing with Cram?
I think stay there, and should we attack the Windrush so that when it attacks him, it reveals the Royal Talon at this point
I think so.
before the dispatches find their way at the bottom of the map?
Yep. I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he does 2 to the Windrush. It's got
Well, he
1
will,
left.
but we've got the spires first.
Oh yeah, we're just moving for now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll stay there.
Big
And
minaret.
then big minaret on Cram.
Yeah, this is all a bit dangerous for Cram, but it's exciting.
2 damage.
So one
finally
bounces off.
finally takes 1.
Yeah. Regal
and
Lookout.
then the Regal Lookout manages to.
Ooh.
He's fine. He's fine.
And the minaret.
Oh yes, the other minaret. 2. Okay.
Seriously?
Yep.
Wow.
It's okay.
We're down to 3 health.
Run, Cram, run.
What did I say, Tom? You're going to get in trouble.
He'll be okay. He can run.
Right,
That minaret's
our
not going to be there.
attacks.
It's just a
So,
Royal Talon might take him out.
I'm now thinking we should not now attack the Windrush.
Yeah.
And I think we should attack the Regal Lookout instead.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
probably a good idea.
So we attack the Regal Lookout. That is now down to just its 1 attack chip. We then do 2 attacks on the minaret with the dispatches or the Aegis, whatever, doesn't matter what. So that minaret has gone.
Still on the dice. And 3
And
3 source
3 source for the
for the minaret.
What 1 for the minaret.
What am I looking at?
You were looking at the cost
I'm
to
looking
build
at the
it.
cost.
Yeah. So we've only got 2 source. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. Right. There you go.
Oh, and the Windrush rewards you with nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. So they don't move. Yep. There is
Yeah.
no movement from them
Stuck.
at all. The Windrush attacks Cram, takes no damage, and then takes 2 back. Yeah. So we just held them up.
Yeah.
On our turn, we have the Siege Tower. I think go for the minaret.
Yeah, because then it won't have enough range to.
Oh,
Reach
Rune
Cram
has
anymore.
found something in the rulebook.
Oh.
Thank you. We'll get back to that later on, but thank you for finding something. So
The Siege Tower on the minaret just needs to do
you
1 now,
1
doesn't it?
damage.
There's 3.
Right. It's down to 2 attack and 1 range.
Okay.
Next, Dispatch moves 2. Aegis moves 2. Dispatch moves 2. I think we need to get Cram away. Although the minaret has gone now. The minaret is down to...
I think now.
Oh.
I think that we should get out of the Windrush's way and let it carry on. Because 2, 3, 4. It will hurt our siege tower. But I'm just thinking that then, when it dies, it will be down the bottom of the map where the dispatches are when it turns into the Royal Talon. No. But we could just run over to that minaret now. With Cram later.
We could.
Because all I'm thinking is, if Cram stays there, and the Windrush kills itself on him, the Windrush then turns into a Royal Talon. It can only move 2 at a time, but it would just move in a straight line, wouldn't it? Straight to the fortress.
It would, because it's flying.
And then all our dispatches are going to be right at the bottom of this map.
We lose the game.
Yes. That's what I think would happen. So, although we would give up the siege tower... Well, we don't give it up entirely, but we give up its long range sieging abilities.
All we need is 2 more swords, and then we can actually put the range back on again.
Yeah, because we don't need that damage anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I think sacrifice the siege tower temporarily to stop, because maybe the dispatch wouldn't even damage it, would it? Because the Royal Talon would just start 2 there, and then the dispatches move down, nowhere near it. It moves again. The dispatches come up. Yeah, I think if the Windrush dies there, we lose.
We need 6 swords to build a lance launcher ASAP.
Yes. Or so the Windrush will come 1, 2, 3, 4 down here, do its business on the siege tower, but then next turn our dispatches go there. They're both in range of it, so that's 2 damage to it. How much has it got? 5. And then, then it would start flying away, and I don't know if we stay in range of it then.
Okay.
So I think we need to get out of the way of the Windrush.
Okay. So,
maybe. What if we just move Cram?
Move Cram between the 2 towers?
What if we move Cram next to our siege tower? So where the Windrush would end up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't think that would work, actually, because then it dies and our dispatches aren't in range of it. Yeah. No, forget that idea.
Okay.
That's not going to help. But
should we move Cram
in between the towers? He would
it's
be
a bit risky.
Yeah, it would be nice for him to take out them Harriers, but I think he might die.
So are we just going to move him 2 back?
Yeah, for now.
So 2 spaces back onto the source well with the ruins.
We don't even need to do that, do we? Oh yeah, we do because of the Harrier. Yep. Okay. That's all of us. We did siege tower, didn't we? So Windrush.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Windrush
Harrier.
1, 2, 3, 4. Harrier goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Now our units attack them because the Harrier's got quick strike, but the Windrush doesn't.
Yeah, so the Harrier is just stuck.
So we should
actually,
attack...
maybe the siege tower is going to kill the... Oh, I see.
Exactly.
Ah!
Yeah, so we use the siege tower now on the Windrush.
Come on.
2 dice.
1 damage. It's all it needed.
Is enough. Windrush has gone. The Royal Talon appears. It's flying and it's got 5 health.
Exactly where we wanted it.
Perfect. Right. Now, does the Royal Talon now attack the siege tower?
Oh.
Because they were grouped.
Yeah, because they haven't gone attack yet, have they?
They haven't attacked.
I would assume that it does get an attack.
Yeah, so the Royal Talon now attacks the siege tower and takes off the attack upgrade.
Yeah.
But that's fine. The Harrier has nothing to attack, and now it is our go.
So dispatches come along.
Dispatch moves 2. Aegis moves 2. Dispatch moves 2. What we're going to do with Cram? Attack the Regal Lookout?
Yeah, source. That's 4. It's 3 source, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's not enough to build a lance launcher, but
no,
it sounds nice.
Where do we want to put it? Next to the Harrier?
Yeah. It's just Harriers all the way, isn't it? In that pile. Yeah, Yeah, because the minaret's not in range of it still. Yeah, put it next to the Harrier and take out the Regal Lookout.
Okay, so the Regal Lookout attacks Cram first.
Okay. 1 die.
Diane is saying raise. Did we forget to do a raise? the start of our turn? I guess we did.
We must have. The Regal Lookout just did 1 damage to Cram, so that's not going to be enough.
Nope.
So
we forgot the raise.
We still had 2 dice then, didn't we?
No, because on their turn they got rid of the 1.
Oh, now is the start of our turn. I get you.
Now
I get
it's
you.
1 dice.
So
we'll do it on the minaret.
Yeah, because Cram can take out the Regal Lookout now. That's going to be 1 damage, so we need it.
Diane. We had forgotten about that in all the excitement. So Cram now kills the Regal Lookout.
Yep.
3 source, giving us 5. And then the 2 dispatches attack the Royal Talon.
Yes.
2 damage.
So still now the worry is...
That's still not enough.
So the dispatch... One of our dispatches will be able to attack it next turn. Because it will be... It will be behind the siege tower on the path. And then the dispatch will be where it is now.
Well, no, because the Harriers. Oh, no, the Harriers might move to the corner. Oh, this is interesting. Okay.
So Cram's done. Yeah, everyone's done, aren't they?
Everyone's done. So the Royal Talon moves 2, and it now goes over the source well with the tents and onto the path.
I think it's okay.
You think?
Because... Oh, no, it's got 3 health. If it had 1 less health, things would be groovy.
Okay.
But yeah, the dispatch is going to get to run past, isn't it?
Now we have to do the Harrier. And
so the Harrier will... The Harrier goes into the corner.
I think the Harrier has to move as much as possible and therefore can go here.
Which is quite nice.
Which is perfect for us. I think that's right. I think the Harrier goes 1, 2, 3 and ends up here.
So
in the chat. But yeah, I think that's right.
The Royal Talon will attack our tower, I suppose.
Well, the Harrier goes first because it's got quick strike.
Oh, yes. So 2
Harrier
damage to the dispatch.
For 2.
1 damage
we attack back for 1. Then the siege tower goes, and we can use the siege tower on the Harrier, because we can't use the siege tower on the Royal Talon because it's got flying.
Yeah.
Okay, Marcus confirmed that's correct on the Harrier movement. Yep.
Do we want to attack... Oh, yeah, we want to attack a minion, don't we?
We want to attack the Harrier.
We don't want to end the wave.
No, we've still got minions left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it would carry on, wouldn't it, till they march to their thing? Okay then. So yes, 2 siege tower... Oh, 1 siege tower dice.
1 siege tower dice on the Harrier.
On the Harrier. 1 damage.
Is 6 source we now have.
Boom.
That changes everything. Okay.
Here we go. Check out that source.
And then the Royal Talon attacks the siege tower and takes off its range off. Okay. Because on our go, we do a limited build action and we build a lance launcher.
Yes.
There you go. For the win. We have the 6 source. We build a lance launcher on our fortress gate at a cost of 6 source. And that comes with 1 attack and 1 range, and it has air defense, which means it can shoot flying units. Wow.
Here we go.
I'm just going to move the camera a bit because we need to be focusing on what's going on over there and not what's going on over here. So
everyone run to that high rise and get us 2 objectives.
If we could, that would be amazing. Okay, right.
Krem would be in quite a bit of
trouble
there.
It's our go.
Yes.
We can move the dispatch 2.
Yes.
We move the Aegis 2. We move the other dispatch 2. Where are we going to move Cram to? I don't like the idea of 3 attack dice from the high rise.
No, that's I was excited about going there, and then I realised that Cram could very easily die.
Cram could die.
Very, very, very easily
even if we sent it against this minaret.
I think.
Stay where he is and heal this turn.
Cram could go kill the Harrier and get himself a... Mind you, getting fortifications is the same as healing, isn't it?
I don't think he can.
Oh, he can't walk on water, can he? Never mind.
The lake in the way. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
just
think
stay
we
where he
leave
is and
Cram
heal.
where he is and heal. We have a dispatch doing 1 damage to the Royal Talon. So the Royal Talon is down to 2. We then have 2 units attacking the Harrier. Oh, if we do the Aegis, that kills it. Yeah. So the Aegis attacks the Harrier.
Yeah.
We get a source.
Oh, it doesn't retaliate because it's killed.
Doesn't retaliate because it's dead. And then the dispatch attacks the next Harrier for 1, taking 2 back. Which is fine. We are all done. It is their go. The Harrier's stuck. The Harrier can't move. The Royal Talon moves 2. It's on the path next to our dispatch platform. It's not within range of our Lance launcher, unfortunately.
No.
But it will be next turn.
And that's...
The Harrier attacks
the Harrier.
the dispatch.
Yeah, because it can kill it.
Harrier attacks the dispatch and kills it. Right. Our go.
Right then. So dispatch. Oh, do we want to move Cram? Probably want to move Cram so the dispatch can move. Well, it's not going to kill the Harrier. It might.
I think move Cram onto the mountains next to the minaret.
Yeah, and hit the minaret.
Because it can't kill us. So even
No.
if it rolls 2 2s, it won't kill us.
Yeah.
So the dispatch moves 2, the Aegis moves 2. And
Yeah,
that's
that
it.
Harrier is going to get killed by something along the way.
Yeah. Okay. 2 attack
Yes.
dice from the minaret on Cram.
Come on, nothing. 1.
1 damage.
So nothing.
So that bounces off.
Yeah.
Cram attacks the minaret. Done. We've got nothing else that can attack. So it's their turn. The Royal Talon moves onto the space in front of our fortress gate. Our
And
Lance
it's not got
launcher
quick.
attacks.
Oh,
1
yes.
damage. Or 1 dice.
Come on, Lance Launcher. 1.
Yeah, that's fine.
But that's it.
So
That's
1,
it.
No,
It-
1 damage
it-
on the Royal Talon.
Yeah.
The Royal
'cause it-
Talon then attacks our gate for 3,
Yeah.
but
But
then
then-
takes 1 damage back.
The gate hits back and.
So it's dead. We get 4 source. Okay. Did we move the Harrier?
No.
No. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the Harrier attacks the siege tower.
Tower, but it can hit back.
And then the siege tower can hit back, as can the dispatch platform.
Oh, yeah. So surely. There's 1.
Yeah.
Boom.
Dead. 1 more source. Right. So at the start of our turn, I'm glad I got to explain this. Cram goes into campfire mode. So if you are watching this video and you have never seen anything in Cloudspire before, this is the first time this has happened. But when the opposing side has lost all of their units, your heroes go into campfire mode. Your minions carry on working, but your hero cannot do anything for the rest of the phase.
Oh, no.
It's for game balance reasons, because if
Yeah.
our hero was allowed to do something right now, we'd win the game immediately, pretty much. Well, not, oh, yeah. So our hero's in campfire mode, can't do anything. That's it. I did remember. Yes. I'm glad I did. Now, he can't be attacked, so he's basically treated as if he's not there. Right.
Ooh. So should we do?
We might not win this.
I don't think we can do it now.
We might not win this now.
We should maybe. So to upgrade the siege tower twice, it would cost 5.
5.
We
We
could
have
do that
5.
with we could do that with our other limited build.
Oh, we can do it.
Hope it takes the minaret out,
Well
and then
done.
hope that
Wow.
these fools survive long enough to kill that high rise.
If this works, this is the tightest game ever. So we
Yeah.
use our limited build action, our second one, we spend 5 source, and we add 2 range upgrades to the siege tower. And now we can get 1 dice on the minaret. Come on, Tom.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Please. Please. Oh, it's nothing.
You're kidding.
Oh, it's got another chance, though. This isn't the last turn.
This isn't the last turn. Right.
It's okay.
The dispatch moves 2. The Aegis moves 2. We are done. There go.
Does that minaret ignore Cram as well? Is it just as if
Yes.
he's not there?
Yeah. There go. Nothing happens. Our go. Siege tower. Come
Siege
on.
Tower time. 2!
Dead.
Bye-bye, Minaret.
Siege Tower is gone. Dispatch moves 2. Aegis moves 2.
Achievement unlocked.
The high rise has 3 dice on the poor little dispatch. I think it's dead.
Oh, come on, we can do this. This is like 1 in 36 times 6. No, that's 3 damage.
Yeah, 3. So dispatch is dead. Their go, nothing happens. Our go, the Aegis moves 2. We get 3 dice on the Aegis.
That's 4.
-1, dead.
Oh well.
Wave
It was a
is
good
over.
thought.
Oh,
It was a nice idea that we might have done it.
what a game. We did it, right? We got all Minaret Spires are defeated at the end of Wave 4. We did not get that, and we did not get that. So yes, we got 1 renown. We succeeded, and you will write that renown down. You go on to scenario 2, which is here, and you track the renown on here, I think here, and then you can use it to buy different advantages as the game goes on. So, Tom, this was my favourite game of 2019 for various reasons. You've played it before? You've dabbled with it before?
Yes. I just don't think. I think
But it
this.
didn't
I
click.
think. Yeah. I think I've got it now.
Yeah.
I was definitely maybe a wave into it. I realised what we were meant to be doing.
Yeah.
And maybe that happened before. I don't really remember what I did last time I played, because I would have played this, assuming that it was still, assuming that not too much has changed between versions.
Yeah.
Because all my other plays would have been with version 1.
Yeah, a few little tweaks.
Yeah, there's a few keyword things. It seemed like a lot of things got air defense
Yeah.
that didn't have them before.
Anything in the old rules that had range could also attack flying units. So those two things were combined into one, and what they've done is they've simply split it and called
Yeah, just made it a bit
range
more explicit.
and air defense.
Yeah.
It means you can now have melee units with a range of 2 that can't hit flying units. You don't have them at all, but it's just they've split it up because they are two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love this game. I've played this scenario a bunch of times. That was by far the best one because that was just so good. It was just so.
We nearly
there was
did 2
so
whole
much to think
things.
about.
What? We nearly did 2 whole things. There was no chance of doing the fortress gate.
Well, do you
but-
think there was a chance of getting rid of this high rise with this
well,
orange,
like-
yellow, orange?
Probably not.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did kind of plaster all of the upgrades on that, assuming that we were never going to get close
Correct.
to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
like I don't know, you could have put the fortifications on something else, and maybe we would have got through it. But at the same time, it might have stopped us ever getting the first minaret and the actual renown that
Yeah.
we did win.
Yeah.
So it's all about it's like probably just you're better off just thinking of it. Like there's a good chance. I can't remember because it was probably a year ago that I last tried it.
Yeah.
There's a good chance I would have been thinking of it as you'd like to do. Just go for all 3 objectives.
Right.
Like that's clearly the aim. Do all of those, but actually, just go for one of them.
Just
Yeah.
go for one. I
Cool.
mean, people who are really good at the game, they can do 3.
Yeah.
They can go 3.
This video would have been excruciating for people that really know the game.
Oh yeah, because they'd have been like, "Oh, it's really obvious." So
They don't know what that keyword is.
The other thing as well is that playing solo games with 2 people is kind of something that I fell into doing accidentally, and the more and more I've done it, I think it really works. I don't know if anybody watching in the chat felt that it worked, but with 2 people playing because I wouldn't have done this without you. There were a few times where you spotted something that we could do that I wouldn't have spotted.
Yeah, I think it worked both ways for us.
Yeah.
But there's things you just weren't realizing. Like we both missed right at the start when we got Elfin Khazid.
Yes.
But after that, I think one of us caught something bad we were about to do.
Yeah.
And that it helped out. And I think especially for this, I think I've only tried co-op once.
Uh-huh.
And Rach isn't keen on trying again.
Right.
I think your first game
let's do that next.
I think your first game of this co-op is a bit much.
Okay. Yeah.
Because like us playing solo, especially when I wasn't really sure of what I was doing.
Yeah.
At least you've just got the same faction and the same keywords and stuff.
Exactly.
When like if you're playing like co-op for, I've played maybe 2 games before then, Rach has never played.
Yeah. It's
trying to take all of this on, and especially like you play 2 different factions in co-op against 2 factions, and so Rach probably had a race that I'd never played before. I was asking, what does this do? What does this do? I've got no idea. There's a million keywords. Whereas if you'd played through like the solo scenarios, that's good as well. Even if you are into the PvP, playing through the solo scenarios will gradually show you all of these things. Like it's there's still plenty to see, but it's shown you the basics of what the Brawnen and the Airs can do.
Yeah. I mean, I've played this game probably about 12 or 13 times now. I've played a lot of 1 versus 1. I've played this solo scenario about 4 times. I've played the next solo scenario twice, I think. I've never played any of the cooperative scenarios, and I've played team play once, 2 versus 2. So yeah, even after playing it 12 times, I don't think I've even touched. I think I'm at the tip of the iceberg with this game. You know, when we look at the number of solo scenarios included in the game, the number of cooperative scenarios included in the game, the 7 factions, I've only ever touched 3 of them. Right?
Yeah.
I've got there's so much content there for this game, but you're absolutely right. And like I said at the start, there are 2 learning curves with this game. There's the core rules, which you need to learn, but then once you've learned the core rules, every faction plays in a different way. And tonight we've played the Brawnen, so we know how siege towers work. We know how the Battleborn work. We know the Dispatch. We know the Aegis. We saw the Architects. We didn't use the Forsaken at all. We didn't use the Source Siege at all. And let me just show you this fortress here, right? This is our fortress at the end of the game. We bought 1 upgrade.
Yeah.
Right? 1. If you look at the sheets, where's the sheet? Where's the sheet? This is all of the upgrades you can buy. And we bought 1 of them. So every time you play even tonight, you didn't see all of the Brawnen. You didn't see any of this. You didn't see any of this. This is an artillery die. The artillery die is actually really good against ranged units. You didn't see the honor pit. You didn't see the source drill. So there are multiple ways to play it. A little bit like Too Many Bones, in that you can play the same character 2 or 3 times and play that character very differently each time you play.
Yeah.
Your choice of which of these you take will depend on the current situation. So the solo scenario that you're playing, this one, we decided to go down this route, but the next scenario is very, very different. And if you're playing PvP, the ones that you choose will be depending on which one you're playing against. So if you're playing against the Aurora, you'll probably want to choose different upgrades. Yeah, there's a massive amount of content for this game. This is a game which, a little bit like Too Many Bones, if you just play it once every year, every time you play it, you will be overwhelmed by keywords and you'll not really understand it. It's a game which deserves repeated plays, and I think requires repeated plays in order for it to click. And I know I went on a massive learning curve with this game, where I basically set up this scenario. I played 1 wave, and then I packed it away because I was getting the rules wrong. And then I played another wave, and I think I filmed myself and sent it to Mark, and Mark was like, "You're making a million rules mistakes." And it was like, and my 3rd game, I was still making rules mistakes, and it just took a while. But eventually, I persisted, and I got there, and then, it became fantastic. But thank you for...
This has probably been like my 4th try at least. And I can't quite remember now, but I'm pretty sure it was that way with Too Many Bones as well.
Yeah.
Just the having so much variation and so many keywords and stuff is what drives like the different strategies and stuff, but it also is a massive barrier to getting it learned. But I think I would imagine that there's been improvements to Too Many Bones since whatever printing I had of it. Yeah. And Cloudspire, just from like I haven't looked back through the edition 1 rulebook, but it didn't have a great big walkthrough in it.
No.
And now it's in the normal rulebook and the solo rulebook. There are great big just pages and pages of explanation, and just do this and then look at the thing that happens and understand that this thing is happening.
What we did this afternoon. If you do have version 1 of Cloudspire, please go online and download version 2 of the rulebook, because of what Tom said. So it is a better rulebook, there's no question about that, but as Tom says, there is this step-by-step, it literally walks you through a game. And that's what I did this afternoon. I set it up, and I followed it through, and it told me exactly what I was doing step by step, and it played through the first wave of a game. And as a way to learn the game, that was brilliant. It teaches you how the game plays over an example game. So yeah, definitely download the version 2 rulebook if you do not have the version 2 rulebook. Right, that was brilliant.
Yeah, I say people can and have learnt it as well from all of that version 1 stuff. Like you still could do it. I would say as well, as a little caveat, that I've probably got less patience as well for things, because I'm always thinking, oh, I don't get this. I've got like 10 other games I need to play right now. I'm just gonna put this away now and not think about it for a bit, and then you realise how much time has passed since you first got the game, and you'd better get a move on with it. Yeah. But finally,
I thoroughly enjoyed that tonight. That was
great.
It was great. I mean, I enjoyed playing games with you, Tom. I enjoy having you on the channel. I enjoy doing the dual streams, and I enjoy playing Cloudspire. But boy, was that close! There were so many times in that game where we've won this, we've lost this, we've won this.
We were about to lose it in like the second turn of it.
Yeah. I will be popping on the Discord channel for Chip Theory Games later on today, and we will be continuing the rules discussion. Yeah, because that was a really interesting rules discussion, and we'll talk to Chip Theory Games about it, and I'll get a final answer. So,
would we have gotten that upgrade?
Would we have gotten that upgrade? It wouldn't have mattered, I don't think, in the end.
No, I don't think it would have gotten. I don't think it would have gotten us through that high rise. There's probably, I bet, if you were playing it more, I don't like it was towers that killed that last Harrier. Yeah. But maybe you would probably do stuff like pot cram in front of the Harrier. But I suppose the Harrier would kill itself. You can't do too much to halt the game to prolong it, because the retaliation is just going to end it for you sooner or later. Yeah.
Cool. Right, so just before we go, quick shout out. Tom does lots and lots of videos on his channel. If you are not subscribed to Tom's channel, look him up on YouTube. Slickerdrips.
Oh yeah. Loads of videos happening. 5th anniversary next week.
More than me.
You can look through 5 hours. Oh, not 5 hours. 5 years.
5 years
of videos. 450 playthroughs at least. Loads of things.
That's
Time
insane.
has gone by in the blink of an eye.
Yeah. So yeah, lots and lots of videos on Tom's channel. Definitely go and subscribe if you're not subscribed to Tom, and check out the videos he does. And like me, Tom has a Patreon, which he uses to help fund the work. Because Tom, like me, you're doing a lot of videos that are not sponsored.
Yes.
Including
almost all of them.
Yeah.
And I probably should have said that in the last 4 hours. I don't think I said it at the start of the stream.
That's why we're doing it at the end.
Yes, it's over to the side of me here. Patreon.com/slickerdrips. You get things, but mainly you help me be here playing Cloudspire for 4 hours on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't enjoy it, but...
No, but that's the thing. You know, this evening, we've played a game together. I wouldn't have been working this evening anyway. But the fact that we both took this afternoon off work, which cost me money, in order to prepare for this, that's where the Patreon funds go. So
yeah, with a quick break for tea, we've basically been doing this since about 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, yeah. So this has been 10 hours worth of Cloudspire. And that's where the Patreon funds go. So yeah, thank you very much to all of my Patreon supporters that effectively provide me with the financial support to take time off during the day from my paid work in order to prepare for things like this in the evening. Not that the next time we play it, we have to do the same amount of preparation, because I now feel comfortable with the game that I could, if I was awake enough, go straight into scenario 2. Yeah. Definitely. But we're not going to do that. Not tonight anyway.
No.
So
now it's locked in, though.
It's locked in. Just, if you liked this, Tom, keep it going.
Yeah.
Play it once a month, which is what I did with Too Many Bones and what I did with this. And then it goes in there. And it's been, the last time I played Cloudspire before today was January 2020. And I'm pleased to say 80% of it came back. Yeah. And thanks to Mark helping me with some rules this afternoon, I'm back in the zone now. It's good. So expect more Cloudspire content at some point soonish on the channel, because I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Right. We're all done. Should we say goodnight to everybody?
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for watching. especially if you've been here for nearly 4 hours.
4
It's
hours.
not quite the endurance of the Mage Knight stream.
No,
but still,
not quite.
But still, a long haul.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Worth it though.
Yes,
Worth it.
definitely.
Yeah. Right.
So, yeah,
Thanks very much, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night.
See you
We'll see you
soon
next time.
for more things.
Yes.
Bye.
Good night. Bye. Microphones are muted. Didn't think we were going to do that.